chicken.
That sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of people.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass.
And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fact.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
Opie and Anthony show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
That's funny. I'm funny.
You like movies about gladiators? You ever seen a grown man naked?
Asshole! You just mind your P's and Q's, Buster, and remember who you're dealing with.
Hey, welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
Good morning.
Good morning, Anthony. How's that bagel?
Bagely.
How's your pinched nerve?
Pinchy.
It's very pinchy, huh? Morning, Norton. Hi. What's wrong?
Matter, Jimmy.
I'm a zombie today.
You're a zombie?
I'm just tired. I haven't been sleeping. I'm just cranky. It's just...
Why not, kitten?
I don't know.
You're barely on mic, too.
I tossed and turned.
You dead?
Yeah, I tossed and turned last night. I just couldn't sleep, man.
Yeah. Why don't we just all go home?
I'm packing in today.
Why don't we just hit that button over there and go into another worst of show?
Just roll something and go to sleep.
No, we're going to have a great show today. I guarantee it.
Yes, we are.
I was skating down the sidewalk, and I saw Anthony ahead of me, walking
Reading.
like a homeless person. It's hilarious.
I'm reading in the morning.
Yeah, he gets all his news off his cell phone.
So as I'm walking from the garage here, I'm reading the news. Yeah. And Opie comes skating up on me.
Well, I got to be
Very
careful.
cautious.
Because he's very, he's very on edge in the
I'm
morning.
leery there. You know, I'm always looking out for any predators. You know, the people that go, which way is north? Then they punch you and you hear Christmas music.
Yeah, speaking of which,
Wake up in the hospital.
just before the show, Danny was showing me that video of the old lady in the alley.
Yeah.
That is disturbing, man.
Some old lady and some big guy walks up to her and I guess is asking her a question, perhaps even which way is north. And out of nowhere, just punches her right in the face. She is laid out. Boom. And then they show him going through her pockets and stuff. And then he just walks away with her valuables.
Yeah, punched her hard. Is that video up on the websites?
Yeah, it's somewhere.
It's really, really disturbing.
We'll get 20 of those.
We'll get it up on opieandanthony.com. I guess it was a security camera, and she had like a shopping cart. And she obviously was trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
The guy engaged her, and the guy's at least a foot taller than her.
Just run away. You don't want to be perceived as a bad guy or a racist or anything like that. Just run away.
You know, at this point, though, she couldn't run.
No.
She was like the injured gazelle.
Just waiting there to have the teeth sunk into her neck.
There was absolutely nothing she could do.
Bam. He laid her out. Didn't even hit her with an old lady punch. That was a punch he uses for everybody. Just the blanket punch.
Just clocked her.
Mm-hmm. Is it clear footage? Is it good footage, or is it like cheap?
As far as security camera footage goes, it's
Not
pretty
bad.
good. Yeah, I mean, you watch it and you're definitely disturbed. You're just like, ugh, what an animal. And there's
Bunch of
people out
animals.
there that'll defend a guy like that.
I know.
And that's what just amazes me about this country.
It's society that pushed him to the point that he has to do these things just to survive. Shut up. Kill him.
People, you mean ACLU.
Right.
Amnesty International.
Uh-huh.
Who does some
Animals.
good things, but, defending a guy who punches an old lady in the face.
Yeah. How about we don't?
Yeah, especially
we
when
don't
there's no
defend
reason
him?
for it. It wasn't like she, spoke when not being spoken to.
I want to see the I want to see the lawyer that defends the father that killed his daughter and her friend.
Did you already read it?
Oh, my God.
What are they saying now?
That,
This is the guy that stabbed his daughter.
Stabbed his daughter like 30 times.
And her
Stabbed
friend.
The friend 11 times.
Yeah.
2 of the times the daughter stabbed her right in the eyes.
Yeah, right in the eyes.
Like, this guy just is really a kook and just needs to be removed from this planet.
He's a roach, and he should just be squashed.
Got a whole record of violence, all kinds of arrests for assault and menacing with a chainsaw. Like, the guy is completely insane. Looks like he's been punched quite a few times in quite a few fights. And then he decides to be a tough guy with 8-year-old girls. And, killed his daughter and her friend because she wouldn't listen to him. He went to this park to tell her it was time to come home. She said no. So he punched her in the face twice. She falls on the ground. Her little friend comes up to help her. And that's when this guy says, the little friend pulled out a little knife. And this will be used as a defense in court.
Yep.
Guaranteed, the defense is going to try to argue that this man felt threatened by an 8-year-old girl. This animal felt threatened by an 8-year-old girl with a knife and had to defend himself by stabbing them each, numerous times and killing them both. And then he leaves, obviously, calls the cops, helps out with the search, and a little while later finds them both. He's the guy, finds them in this heavily wooded area. And the cops are asking him questions, and they said his answers didn't really jibe with somebody that just found their daughter butchered. So,
Punched her in the face twice.
Twice.
You just fucking shoot somebody, man. Just drag him out back and put a bullet in his head.
Yeah.
China has the right idea sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The judicial system pretty much stinks, but when they know you did something, they just put you in the middle of the square, and they put a bullet in your head, and they charge your family for the bullet.
That's it.
Do they really?
Yeah, certain
Oh,
cases.
God.
Why
That's awesome.
waste the time and money? The guy did it, fessed up to it. That's it. It's obvious he did it. Why are we spending any time on this?
I love the argument. Well, it costs more money to execute someone than to put him in prison for life.
For life.
Yeah, but the person's still alive. I don't give a fuck about the money. I've never cared about the money.
Care about the cost effectiveness.
We waste money in this country every single day. I don't give a shit.
How about you just kill the guy? Enough already. This guy does not deserve to live. And he's one of these assholes that'll, he's been in jail enough. That doesn't scare him. It's nothing that he, he'll go to jail and probably the big mook like him does very well in prison. Why put him there? Put him somewhere that he can't hurt anyone else. In the grave.
Stab 2 little girls, they tend to put crushed glass in your food.
There you go.
Spit in it. The other convicts don't smile on that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Guys should just be eliminated.
I agree.
Elimination. Oh, there's that clip of the guy with a big police chase, and apparently they shot him at the end of this chase.
Yeah, this is the video of the morning. The local news said, we're not going to show you get shot. Where did this happen?
Guy?
Where did this happen?
California, I guess.
This is where he jumps out of the car right here. And
Did
I
they
guess
show it? Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, you see one shot.
That's the first bullet going through the window.
Yeah.
It looks like it goes through the window and then
Nice.
hits him.
Wow. The guy gets up to run and they shot him.
Why wouldn't they show that, though? Why wouldn't they show
Oh, the stupid news. I don't know. Show it.
God.
Here's another clip. The SUV that they fired, I don't know how many rounds. It's 10 cops. Something like 90 rounds they fired into that SUV.
Wow, they're not messing around anymore with these police chases.
And the guy was just slightly injured, and another cop was hit in the vest by one of his fellow cops.
Why did they
bullets.
shoot and kill the other guy?
I don't know. He just got up and ran out of the car, but
it looked
usually
like
they just chase him down.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't have any weapons or anything. I mean, what's the story on that?
I'm going to guess there's one move he made when he got out. For a second, I actually thought he pulled something.
A little threatening?
I guarantee you they thought he did. Yeah, because that's watching on the video. I actually thought he was turning to do something. And
they were
turns out he was
chasing him
running.
for like murder also. It wasn't like he was just, they picked him up and he ran from the cops. They knew what he had done.
Right.
That's the way the police chases should end.
That's it. In a hail of gunfire.
Yeah.
With the suspect dead.
All right, let's go to John in New York City. John, what's up?
Hey, Opie, your friend Don Imus was just talking about you again. He needs a T-shirt bad.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And Sid said he tried to call you yesterday, but you wouldn't return his call.
He must have a different number for me. I didn't get a call from Sid. Sid Rosenberg, who does the show with Imus.
Tell Sid to call 516. That's asking your number, Opie?
Anyway, I just thought I'd pass that along. He needs a T-shirt bad.
All right, I guess Imus has ordered one of the Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirts. And my brother is just in a massive panic.
I'm going to wear it down on the ranch is what I want to do with a cowboy hat. I want a big Spread the Virus cowboy hat and bandana. Maybe my brother could start selling those.
Imus and I could get our brothers together, and they could make some fine money on the side.
Could cash in.
Yeah. My brother's in a major panic. He's getting shirts printed as we speak. He's mailing them out.
Are you keeping tabs on him? Is he doing well?
Yeah, I'm making sure his head doesn't explode.
Yeah.
He took on this project pretty much by himself and with one of his roommates. And, you and I have to go sign shirts. It's just a whole big deal now. By the way, he needs us to sign more Opie and Anthony Wow stickers. It's a whole thing that is happening now. A whole thing.
I must get his shirt and be all complaining that we didn't sign it. Where's my autograph? I want an autograph.
He probably wants an autographed Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirt. But I guess we got to sign shirts. We got to sign bumper stickers.
Wow.
He's still taking pre-orders.
Has he made any yet?
I guess he went to the printer yesterday, or it's going today. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's in a major panic. Major panic. He's trying to hire people now.
Get a staff?
He has to. I mean, the sales are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real money in it. There's no real money when you sell T-shirts and stuff. But
no,
not really. No. I mean, he'll do
That's
okay.
Jimmy. There's no real money in that T-shirt stuff, right?
You'd be surprised.
Well,
you have good weekends.
Well, the money is when you do a live appearance and you sell the shirts there.
Yep.
Because he has to mail all these out.
I know.
It's just
overhead.
I mean, you got to see his apartment. He's got the envelopes all ready to go and stamps, and it's just.
He's ready.
Oh, he's ready to go. He's ready to go. So, I guess you could still pre-order. I don't know.
I don't either.
I guess until the first run of shirts is done, I guess you could continue to pre-order. So you're running out of time. That's definite. So go to opieandanthony.com. There's a little link to get to my brother to order your Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirts. These things are becoming very, very hot property, Anthony.
Yes, they are.
People like the design and all. Or you could email him, doctor, spell out doctor, Dr. Duck, D-U-K, at AOL.com, and he'll get back to you.
And to answer your question, it can be very lucrative in certain markets. However, when you're standing outside of a West Palm Beach Improv hawking CDs and DVDs, make sure you have plenty of room in that suitcase when you're coming home.
That's so weird. That is the weird thing about what we're doing, man. In some cities, we are just rock stars. In other cities, people just want to throw rocks at us. They don't care.
Oh. And it goes from, like, West Palm was really slow, and then the Fort Lauderdale, another place we were never on, was actually very good for a first time down. It was like you could really see it. It's a younger demo. It's better.
I'm starting to notice, like, hot spots around the country where the show is popular.
Yeah.
We got the basics, New York, Philly, Boston, part of Washington's pretty hot. Cleveland is massive. Buffalo's pretty good. And then, like, little pockets are starting to pop up, like Oklahoma City, for some reason, likes the show. I don't get that, And then there's, like, parts of Chicago.
Yep.
It's just slowly, getting hot in other areas.
Parts of Chicago, let's just say the north side.
Utah, we haven't got one phone call from Utah yet.
No?
Not one.
It might have been from a trucker. We did get, actually, but it might have been a trucker going
Maybe
through.
A trucker going through.
Yeah.
And then we got, like, Minnesota checking in a lot all of a sudden. Like this guy, Jeff. Jeff, what's up?
Hey, Opie. Hey, Anthony.
Hey.
Hey, Lollipop.
Hi, Jeff.
Lollipop.
Just wanted to say I was just got home from work here, and I watch Imus every morning. They put that picture up of Opie and down there. Yeah, that was magnificent. That his newsman Chuck said that you two look like a couple standing at the entryway of a gay bathhouse.
Yeah, it's
I giggled a little bit, but nonetheless. Jimmy, when you can ever come to Minnesota?
I'd like to get out there. I've never been. There's a comedy club out there I'd love to work, so sooner or later, hopefully.
You know, there's that picture. I was in Huntington, my hometown, and Imus went to the local bookstore to sign books. And there's not many people I'll go out to see, but I'm like, Imus, God, I got to meet him, you know. Sure. And we just hit it off big time. And we took that picture, and it's kind of scary because he definitely looks like he likes to say he looks like my father, but I would have to add grand in front of that. Because there is a similarity for some weird reason, but he looks like he could be like my grandfather.
There it is. Just popped it up here.
Yeah. He likes to say, oh, I look like I'm Opie's father. Well, not really. Not really.
No, he's got that big full head of hair.
Yeah. It's kind of creepy how much we... You
could kind of be your dad.
God, that's what I got to look forward to on the right?
That's it. I think you need a little more drug and alcohol abuse.
All right, well, I'll start today.
Mm-hmm. Looks like an older gentleman that's just fond of you.
Fond of?
Yeah, like someone who wants to sit you down, maybe rub some scented oils on your shoulders.
Give you a little talking to.
Yeah, nothing
perhaps
crazy.
A bit more.
Maybe lay in a back in a pillow in a dark room. Nothing sexual, just rub a little oil on your stomach.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Feel that V.
All right, let's go to Larry on Long Island. Larry.
Yeah, how you doing?
You guys got a mess out there this morning, huh? There was a police chase on the Southern State Parkway this morning.
We don't get many of our own chases here in New York.
Right now, because of that, I'm stuck on the Sunrise Highway for the last hour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Do you usually use Southern State?
Yeah, I take Southern State over to Brooklyn. Now I'm taking Sunrise to the Belt.
There was a massive police chase, I guess, at 4 in the morning. And,
yeah, someone rolled their car. I guess whoever they were chasing stopped traffic. I love when they do the long camera shot. Right, here's the accident, and then they go, now let's look at the traffic. And you just look, and it never ends.
I hope he's dead.
Huh?
As Anthony would say, I hope the guy is dead.
We already know that he's in the hospital with minor injuries. So.
Minor injuries, he's fine.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, Larry?
Well, I got my Newsday tape today came in a sleeve. The whole sleeve's covered with XM radio. And they're giving away buy one XM radio, get one free.
Yeah, that's the new huge promotion that XM's doing.
Right, and then you guys are mentioned in there.
Oh, okay. What page? It's a pullout?
No, it's a sleeve. It's a plastic sleeve covering the paper, and then you got a little pamphlet. And inside the pamphlet, it advertises Major League Baseball, MTV, Opie and Anthony, a couple of other NASCAR. And MSNBC.
Oh, right on. That's very cool. I'll have to pick that up today. Thanks, Larry.
No, all right. Have a great day, guys. Be cool.
All right, let's go to Utah. Here's Clark from Utah. Clark.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Hey, I just want to let you guys know you used to have one fan in Utah that liked you guys from XM Radio.
Thank you.
That's why you're calling?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to spread the virus, but it's not the state that's... conducive to your guys' humor.
Yeah. Where do you live out there? Is it a city, or you live out in the middle of nowhere?
I live in Salt Lake City.
Oh, yeah.
I used to live in Seattle, but I moved down there. The cost of living's a lot cheaper down there. I'm trying to spread it, but my Mormon cousins, they just haven't got it yet.
You got Mormon cousins?
Oh, yeah. I have one cousin that has 8 kids.
Jesus. How many wives?
Just one, but his wife had another husband. Died of knee surgery.
He died of knee surgery?
Yeah, they didn't know he was allergic to penicillin, and he died afterwards.
You sure he wasn't a fat comic?
Pretty sure. But he had 2 sets of twins, and when you go over there to visit, I mean, that house is a madhouse.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you, Clark.
Hey, you guys have a great day.
You too.
Goodbye, Clark.
Danny, make sure no one else calls from Utah.
Ever.
Ever.
Awful.
Utah has been banned from this program. That was the most boring phone call we've ever taken.
He didn't even need to say Utah. He could have just talked, and we would have went, call from Utah.
Utah.
And you know what? He's one of the cool ones. That's the sad part about that.
Yeah. Someone's saying that Sid called Rick our old producer, for
Okay.
some reason, for the shirt. Like maybe he said that on the air, that he's been trying to get in touch with you.
Oh, really?
Calling Rick?
Yeah, I don't really talk to Rick anymore.
No?
No. I don't talk to Rick anymore. I don't talk to Sandy anymore.
Oh, boy.
That family's kind of out of my life right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Anthony, the big story, these airheads.
Yeah.
This is great. The New York Post thought it really wasn't a big story, but Newsday and the Daily News here in New York both are using the front page of their papers to talk about this Cessna in D.C. there.
You know, you're a pilot. I guess you had a student in there, too, a student pilot. You're trying to learn how to fly, or you're the teacher. You're teaching this guy how to fly. And the Daily News calls
Can I
you
interrupt?
dimwits.
We might have a wacky radio alert. I'm sorry. Sam in Virginia. Sam.
I'm sorry. Oh, God, delay.
Which boss?
Music started playing yet? In the Gatsby suit? That's what I heard. I don't know. What are you going to take for me? Quarter inch of cute?
She was going to her job, coming home from her job, vending T-shirts at this metro stop, and this guy approaches her on the loading dock.
And you see it on video.
Crap out of her.
Punches her in the face. Her head, she gets hit. Her head slams into the wall. She goes down. He starts kicking her.
Yeah.
She didn't die?
No. He really, he beat her good, and she.
It's almost amazing.
It's like $300 off her.
And of course, the end of the video. So she's laying on the ground. Lifeless. And the last thing you see, him digging through her fanny pack.
Hey, that's what we watched.
I see, and the Republicans want to put that guy away. But the liberals are going, oh, he had a tough childhood.
This is exactly what we just did.
Straight knuckles. That's not you.
Is boss listening to us on his MiFi in Virginia?
The best way to say
He was hitting her. Did his knuckles hit the ground? And that's what I'm saying. Could you track the guy? You didn't say that, take that in a different way. I'm saying he hit her. And on the ground, sometimes you're missing a hit. That's all I'm trying to say. That was my case.
From Fort Lauderdale, a 70-year-old woman there surviving a 9-story fall from a condo tower when she landed on a canopy.
How old?
70.
You know, these ladies, these old elderly have a death wish.
She was cleaning her balcony.
Cackling.
She fell
God,
and
stop
landed on
laughing so we can listen to Voss.
Same stories.
Well, what people don't know is she should talk the same T-shirt.
What? He couldn't spit that out.
9 stories.
9 stories. I'll have a broken arm. And other non-life-threatening injuries.
And the whole town goes, what's it going to take to kill Grandma? How are we going to get this money? 9 stories? Do we have to buy her another apartment? Maybe 8 more stories higher?
The Drudge Report says...
Wow, that laughing is driving me nuts.
It really is awful.
There was Paula Abdul because he can describe a distinguishing characteristic on her body. He says it's one that few have seen, only those who have been intimate with her. According to people who represent Paula Abdul, all summer long, she calls it an outrageous violation of her privacy.
Oh, but now she's not denying it. Now she's not saying it's not true. Now she's just saying it's an invasion of her privacy.
Well, the people speaking for her are saying
it. What's the big deal? So she slept with somebody. Doesn't that happen all the time at work and stuff?
Yeah.
So neither of them were married, right?
No, but she was a judge on the show.
Yeah.
That would taint American Idol.
Even though he's gotten kicked off her.
You don't want that.
Wasn't he already kicked off?
No,
not while they were banging together.
Really?
No.
He got kicked off for beating up his...
So much happens while you're working at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you miss all the American Idol. You miss all the primetime TV.
I know.
Now, after I heard about the story, they obviously been back on the air. Has it been brought up on...
No. You know,
has it been brought up?
He's just the dumbest guy
alive. Has it been brought up?
Yeah, it was stupid.
And then I saw the white singer that thinks she's Ralphie May got kicked off or something.
The white singer who thinks she's Ralphie May.
Scott
Taylor. Yeah. He was Scotty the Body, the wigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinks she's Ralphie May.
Let me tell you something. More Marie sandwiches, pal.
I like Ralphie, though.
He's a good friend of mine. The other day, he's
in here next week, actually. I think he's coming in, yeah.
He really is a good friend.
Hysterical guy.
Did he get married yet?
No.
No, they're getting married. Are you going to the wedding?
I think so.
4th of July.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think it's 4th of July. Is it 4th? Yeah, 4th of July weekend.
I don't know. I'm getting
When that guy starts cackling, Voss should grab some of that shit behind his ear and smear it under the guy's nose. See how quickly that turns to weeping.
Small things for the family.
Oh, that's awful.
You know.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And we have a party in New York for my friends and some of her friends, and a party in L.A., like wedding receptions in
Tony Rose wedding.
You gone to Edmonton with her yet?
She lives outside of Edmonton, like 2 hours, a little. She comes from a farm. She's a farm girl.
Right.
Coldwater. But I've been to Edmonton, and the mall stinks.
That mall is unbelievable.
You liked it?
Dude, there's a water park and a casino in the mall.
Yeah, that's
true.
That's outrageous.
Great.
Okay, go. When I go to a mall, I want to buy clothes.
You can get that there.
They didn't have high.
Oh, really? You can get clothes at a mall? Hey, who knew?
Sure, you can get that.
I wear. See, I don't wear Discovery T-shirts like that.
That is the worst laugh in
Wow,
radio.
that's really bad.
It's not a gift. You go out and you buy nice clothing. When you have no other addictions and you want to fill the void because you lack spirituality inside of you.
Spirituality?
Words were horrible.
Jesus, Voss.
You really
Spirituality.
Rich, there's a U in that word.
I have a lot of to beat up an 82-year-old. I have.
Oh, that laugh.
That's the laugh you have when you're looking for your naughty daughter and her friend in a park.
I'll tell you what I have. I'll tell you. I have a Versace, I have a Hugo Boss, Donna Karen's, and a Calvin Klein.
You're not.
I'm not.
You go on stage wearing a Versace.
No, tomorrow I'll wear. Tomorrow, Saturday, I didn't bring the whole suit. I brought the top, and I'll wear a T-shirt under it.
And a vest.
No, I won't. Yeah, cover button. So I can swing and hang myself. All right. I'm on the I Suck tour. I have a Versace suit, yes. You know, we're going to watch.
A Versace suit? What? Oh, my God.
It was like my mom when we were kids. We had a bad car. But
this is like watching your chick cheat on you, man.
Yeah.
With a fat guy.
With a fat chick, right.
With a guy who can't get a rod.
Right.
That's what I'm
Watching
saying.
Danny bang your chick.
This is our Rich.
Prada pants.
Really? What happened to you?
Nothing. I sit up on eBay all night. I have a spending. I go from poor to eBay. I'm ordering. You know what I'm going to order today? This is how nuts I am. I'm PF Flyers. Sneakers. Do you remember those? You're not old enough.
PF Flyers, what are those?
Those were sneakers back when I was a little kid. They sell them again.
Really?
Sell them online. Yeah, I'm going to get a couple pairs today.
Why is that funny?
PF Flyers.
It's only funny if, like, Mabel King says it.
Do you have a really bad night? Oh, no, because I was winning so much.
Oh, my God.
I was upstairs in the casino.
It just kept coming.
What show is this? DC 101 you were telling me, Eric?
Yeah, 101. My marriage didn't end because of gambling. I was winning. Yeah, my wife left me. You're too much of a winner.
You were really selling necklaces, weren't you?
Back in the day.
Were you really? Hers or yours?
Anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I was crazy.
Someone call Voss's phone now.
Gambling stories.
Oh, yeah. Call Voss's phone.
Drug stories. Like you
Hurry.
The stories last time you were here.
I hear it ring.
Bad. Well, guy, gambling was bad. Last run, I lost $8,000.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Granted, you didn't have to.
Well, I kind of. Well, it was mine. I didn't steal it. I beat up an 82-year-old lady. I can't say. Well, it wasn't really $80,000 in cash.
I think it's off.
T-shirt. We're shooting craps in the streets. I got 83. I got $8,000 worth of T-shirts.
We got 4 people calling Voss's phone right now.
I put them all down on a hard six. I lost. I smashed my knuckles against the wall. And I threw my hand out of a window 9 stories.
Hey, stupid, we're listening to you on the radio right now. You're very funny, but you're a mush-mouthed ass. Versace suits. Hey, don't people normally have sex? A really salient point about American Idol, idiots.
Everyone's leaving messages for him all over the place now.
Yeah, go the other way. Like, blackjack is fun, but you're right. Once you hit a craps table, everything else slows down.
Yeah, but what tables are you playing? Like, what's the minimum bid?
Oh, here's the
blackjack.
email bitch to wreck the bit.
The broad wishes to be recognized.
Okay, listen to me. Hold on, I got a call from home. Honey, can I have some of this fruit cake? I'm working hard, I promise. He's probably running around with a dustbuster in his hand. No, listen to me. I would play see craps. Even if you're at a crap table, even if the minimum bet's $5, it doesn't matter because you're still
5 on the pass line. If you're 10 behind it, and then you're hitting numbers. But you get going, you're $30 into it.
Easily.
Gonna get boss ruling talking about gambling.
I mean, $10 table. It could be $100 a roll.
Right. And then you look like a pussy if you take money back instead of pressing it. I'll take that back.
Press it if you're winning.
Press. Yeah. And then all of the stuff is on the table, and then the prick rolls a 7, it's done. You get no money.
It's so funny. You could be at a crap table, and when the crap table's out, everybody's winning. People are high-fiving. You can see, like, the Klan and Farrakhan high-fiving each other. I'm telling you, people are coming together, you don't even care about the, Middle Eastern smell that's standing next to you.
Enough with the laugh.
People at tables, you stink. I would yell at them. They'd throw the dice, and one time someone cried, I threw my hands up and the waitress was right behind me with a big tray of drinks, and I just knocked the drinks all in the sky and stuff. It's bad when you get kicked off a crap table. I was kicked out of a peep booth building.
A peep booth?
Right. And there was these, you can go in where the ladies would watch.
You can't say a B and a P sound back to back. So we
have
to just make a decision on which one to drop on the fly.
A big booth. A piggy booth.
Next thing I know, I'm arguing with them, and I got kicked out of a peep booth.
Did you apply with those websites?
I got kicked out of a peep booth.
No, but I went to one of them. And you put the money, and then you go to the next room where they have the chair, and then there's the plexiglass, and they're in there.
Yeah.
So they want you to pull down your pants to prove that you're not Vice.
Uh-huh.
So I had, for my time, I had a woman literally scream at me for 10 minutes, pull down your pants! I'm not taking my pants off. Like, it's skeevy in there. And she literally fought with me, and so when she finally realized I wasn't going to take my pants down, I get this routine.
Good visual.
Horrible.
And there's so much, can you say semen?
Yes, you can.
Semen on the floor.
Sperm, skeins, whatever you want to go with.
My gum. Somebody cleans that up. Somebody cleans that up. But somebody didn't get that job. Somebody has to go home.
We just play other people's
I know,
shows.
it's great. Let's go to Sean in New Hampshire.
We just play other people's shows and sit here.
Sean, what's up?
We don't have to do a celebrity interview. We'll just play Boss on the road.
Yeah, Sean.
It sounds like Boss is getting interviewed by Alvin and the Chickmunks.
The Chickmunks?
Yeah, you moron.
Ellie to the morning.
I think
you know what,
that's it.
dude? I was thinking,
That was whoever was Sam. Thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, good pickup today. Thank you.
this is a beautiful idea. Like Robert Plant's in New York somewhere doing press,
right.
and we, for whatever reason, can't get him in.
Yeah.
So let's just find out where he is and play that interview.
We'll play that interview.
like
You could just sit here.
Yeah, we'll get our own guests.
Yeah.
We'll get our own guests.
We'll just pick them off of other people's shows like that.
That's so weird to see one of our boys on another radio station.
Yeah.
That's the way it is on commercial, though.
It's like he's cheating on us with a fat chick, like we said. God, I mean, the show wasn't that bad, but that laugh was awful.
Oh.
And then the chick knew to just shut her trap and get ready for the news.
Shut up. Make some coffee.
All right, well, that was fun. That killed 10 minutes. I can't even do the laugh. I'm trying. It hurts to do it.
Yeah, Jim's got it. Oh, at everything.
Laughing before even the punchline.
Quiet.
How was your food, Aunt?
Oh, a good bagel.
Was that Elliot? God, he's supposed to be this edgy guy, and he has a laugh like that on his show?
Done that for years.
Wow.
Really?
He's done that for years. Laugh? Well, we all have.
No, that annoying laugh.
That annoying laugh.
4 jokes.
All right. Why don't we take a quick break, Anthony?
All right.
We'll get right into the whole White House thing.
Ooh, big panic in D.C. yesterday.
Yeah, a lot going on in the news, and also the New York Post trying to be funny. One of my favorite things we do on the program.
Who doesn't love when the newspapers here in New York break out the comedy? They bring the funny, Opie. They take a story that's been in the news, and they put their unique little twist on it, add this comedic element that's just a scream.
Well, today, the Stones are back with all new songs.
So I would gather they probably have some of the Stones songs.
All the new songs that they're going to play on tour, yes. And we'll tell you what they are right after these messages.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Owenay virus.
Talk about the silliness of sex, because it's something we talk about from time to time where, you know, you're with your lady and you get into some crazy stuff.
Lady.
You know, you've had a few, maybe you're toking up.
Yeah.
Drinking a little, and you decide to have some of that crazy monkey-type sex where everything seems like a good idea at the time. And then you both hopefully reach your orgasms.
Oh.
And then it's cleanup time.
Cleanup time.
And then you look around the room and realize how silly the whole thing was.
Put those away now. Put those vibrators in the vibrator drawer.
You have to put the strap-on dildo in the dishwasher.
Ew, in the dishwasher.
You shave each other's pubes, and you're finding pubes in your bed for the next week and a half.
Yeah, let's get the razor. Yeah, look, you're all shaved and I'm all shaved. Then for 2 weeks later, you're scratching like you got the mange. Oh, you can't even walk. You're all rash. How awful is that? Yeah, that was a great idea.
As you're itching away.
Oh, I shaved my pubes one time when I was 15 because my buddy did. He's like, dude, just try it. So I tried it. I was whacking my bag with a cloth on me for 2 weeks. It was awful.
Just
it hurts.
It's like needles.
Yeah.
You get to a point where it's not hair. They're quills growing out of your pubis. They're just stabbing your dick.
That's if you got that Italian hair, Anthony.
Yeah.
I still got a little wisp.
I don't know.
Thank God.
If you're shaved, though, and it's just growing in,
yeah,
I'm talking like, you can't even measure it growing in. They're like quills. It hurts. You're trying to walk, and your sack is like just like a Brillo pad between your legs. It hurts your thighs. You can't walk right. Go to take a leak and you feel all silly. It's like a constant reminder. Oh, what did I do?
You look like you're 8 years old.
Oh, please, God, don't let me have an accident for a month. I don't want to be in the hospital like this.
The silliness of sex.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program.
Boy.
Well, let me see what they say.
Oh, I got to put everything on hold while you.
No, let's keep talking. First of all, let me.
Hello, Rich.
What's going on? You know what you guys are like?
Why?
You're like an ex-girlfriend. Following me and you're stalking me. Okay?
Dude, you left us for a fat chick. You know that, right?
No, first of all,
a fat chick that has a smelly vagina.
We're only saying nice things on the radio about O&A. That's all we say. There's good things about O&A, but yet you got to track me down. And did you get me when I was funny, though?
We got you mispronouncing a lot of words. Yeah. You were definitely funny.
Yep.
We got to be honest. You were very funny, but you were butchering the English language.
Can we tie this in so I don't have to talk through my phone?
A beep booth.
Yeah, what's a beep booth?
I didn't say a beep booth. I said a peep booth.
No, you didn't. A beep booth.
You said a pee booth.
I gotta go. Hey, hold on.
Where you going?
No, hold on. No, I'm not going. Here, talk. I'll talk to them. All right, I'm sorry. Thank you. Now I just walked out of his studio, you jackasses.
We got you thrown off the show?
Were you supposed to do his show all morning?
No, I got to go from here to Baltimore and I don't know, I'm at the Improv. So
Dude, here's the deal. We were listening in on you. You were definitely killing and mispronouncing like you do. That's fine, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, and Elliot is not a bad guy, and he's been cool to Anthony and I over the years. But, man, he has a really weird laugh while you're trying to do material.
Well, what am I supposed to do about it? He's letting me smoke cigarettes in studio.
Yeah.
All right? I'm kind of controlling, running the show. You know, it's pretty much Rich Moss. Like, when I go into these places, you know, it's big for them to get someone like me. They don't understand. They don't understand. You know, they really think I got stuff going on still.
Really? You got him bamboozled.
Did you hear Did you see your phone ringing during the interview?
No, it was in my pocket. Thank God.
Was it vibrating?
I couldn't feel it.
Hey, dude,
I'm below the waist.
DC 101. That's what kind of show is it?
It's I guess it's Elliot, right? He's doing pretty much a talk show now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a talk show.
Yeah, and what's up with the woman?
Yeah, she has nothing. She's nice. They're all nice. But then I go to Baltimore and do something. I think the Mix or something.
What are you doing in Baltimore?
I just said the Mix.
Don't yell at me.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna burn this bridge right now. What? Hold up. I'll be back in. Listen, they pay the bills. Hold on.
Oh, let's make him be late.
God, you know what? You guys.
So, Rich, what's going on? Like, they want you back on the air?
Yeah, I'm going back on the air. You owe me 3 appearances.
Where are you going to be?
Yeah, where are you going to...
Baltimore Improv and at Caroline's next week. Can you hear me still?
How's Bonnie?
Bonnie's great. Bye.
Rich? Rich!
Can someone call back in with that show?
Yeah, now we got to hear what's going on.
We got to hear what Dumbbell is doing.
Idiot.
He knew what we were doing, though.
That lummox.
That lummox.
Yeah, he was on to us, bastard.
Damn it.
I want to get him to curse on regular radio. Get him to feel comfortable like he does here.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Foul language.
Where's that guy, man? He's got to call back with the show for us. All right, you want we'll stall for a second here. So the Post has a little funny thing they're doing with the Rolling Stones here, Anthony.
They're just full of comedians over there.
Yeah, they try their hand at comedy from time to time instead of reporting the news.
Mm-hmm.
They do everything but report the news at this point. Come on, where is he?
I know, we're looking at the phone bank all distracted.
This one might have it.
You think?
Yeah, come on. Just throw John on.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Well, they probably want to test it out. Yeah, got it?
My phone's going to crap out. Get somebody else to do it.
No, go ahead. Put it down there.
All right.
Hollywood Entertainment now playing an equal opportunity employer.
Commercials?
How was that?
It's good. Shut up.
It's good. We'll try to get someone else. So just help us out until we find somebody else.
All right.
CESURANCE.com. They've streamlined insurance buying, and that could save you time and money.
Affordable. That's AFFORDABLE.
Stupid commercials.
I thought they were going back. Like Rich got all freaked out and had to run back in there.
No, I've got the
He was lying.
It's that simple. Esurance.com also lets you see other companies.
Well, we're waiting here. What about... No, Jamie didn't have it? Come on.
SONC.
That's incorrect, sir.
Yeah, whatever you say, kid.
This guy, Chris, might have it. That guy's phone's dying.
Is it?
Let's try Chris.
All right.
Chris.
Yeah.
All right. Help us out here.
Put it down there.
Yeah, you're on a commercial right now, but I'll give it to you.
Okay. So anyway, the New York Post, Anthony, I guess we could try to do our own radio show. Well,
Let me hear his... That stinks.
Yeah, you're talking about the traffic.
Yeah, well, Chris, put it down there so we can hear what it'll sound like.
Gotcha.
With traffic on DC 101.
Oh, perfect.
As an American, you have certain inalienable rights.
Does that work for you?
The way you just had it was perfect.
Yeah, that'll be perfect when we're ready. So.
All right.
Very good.
Chris?
Yep.
No, don't.
Don't fuck with him, Jimmy.
Are they going back to the show?
No, we're still talking about car ads now. You guys want to buy a car?
No, not particularly. All right, so the New York Post is trying to be funny with the whole Stones going on tour thing, Anthony. And there's a big thing in the New York Post that says the Stones are back with all new songs.
All right.
And they now list all the new songs that the Stones are going to perform. Put on your laughing hats.
Wait, let me finish.
Oh, Jimmy's yogurt.
Plastic is louder.
All right, here are all the new songs for the new tour with the Rolling Stones.
Wait. Okay.
I haven't done it yet, though.
It doesn't matter.
Time isn't on my side.
Oh.
Can't get no free prescription drugs. It's awful.
It certainly is.
Pacemaker of Stone. Gimme Depends. Under my orthopedic supports. It's only Metamucil, but I like it.
Ah, that's a good one. That's funny.
Alzheimer Fighting Man.
Uh-oh, they're going to get some complaints.
Hey, guys, they're coming back.
Oh, let's listen.
Just in time. Well, there's the Post trying to be funny.
First of all, I don't. Here's the deal. That's what you waste your time on. Are you? I mean, now we're back on. Here's the deal. We're on here, not at No, I don't. Here's the deal. I don't watch these reality shows, but Bonnie does only because she wants to see what works for our show. What
Right. So you go with Puffy's TV show, Band 3.
But we watch a little bit.
Call his phone again. Call his phone again. He might have moved around in his pocket where he'll feel it or hear it ring.
It's not a good show.
I might have left it on the console or something.
And watch them dance and sing and get thrown out of the house like most girls do.
No.
All right, you didn't sing well enough for me. Get out. Next. All right, hold on. I got to get away. Where am I going, Kyle? Line 1. Hi, Elliot in the morning.
Hey, hi.
Hey, who's this?
Oh, I'm Lindsay.
Hey, say hi to Mr. Rich Voss, please.
Hi, Mr. Rick Voss.
Hi, how you doing?
No.
Put your phone away. How you doing? What's your name?
I'm Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. How's it going?
Rich just
I'm
grabs his
doing
phone.
very well now. I never made it through the
Call him again.
What do you say?
He goes, put your phone away.
Take us forward. We'll see you Saturday afternoon for cook-off, okay?
Just keep calling.
Hold tight one.
Everyone's calling. We got four people calling.
I'm trying to remember where we left off.
Oh, you know what? Talk to me about Jay Moore. You still talk to him?
I haven't talked to him in,
you're going to say since the show.
well, maybe one time since then, I think I talked to him.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah.
Did you guys have a falling out?
No, I never really hung out with him.
I thought you were tight with him.
No, I was friends with him, but not the kind of friends. Like, if we saw each other somewhere, we would talk.
Where's Travis?
Whatever, maybe. But it's not like it wasn't like, we would meet up and hang out or anything,
But you didn't have a falling out? Because, like, Kathleen Madigan said she had a falling out with him.
Kathleen Madigan's had a falling out with everybody.
See, I like her, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I have nothing against her either. But I could see...
Hey, Rich, it's me. Just calling to say hello, see what you're doing. I'm hanging out, man. Just curious to haven't talked in a while. All right, buddy, I'll talk to you soon.
Please. She couldn't... I remember watching her as a kid. I remember when Ed Sullivan brought her out. Retrospect comic. Kathleen Madigan. You're not going to want to bang her.
Poor listeners thought they were done with this.
I don't know which one.
Someone has a great idea. Leave some psycho ex-girlfriend type of message for Voss.
On that TV show, she didn't come off as Mrs. Personality. Right. When we were doing
Are we belling on this?
I think I said something funny about her.
Yeah.
Just keep it in the background, maybe.
It's a little distracting.
Comic was going to help you.
Huh?
Please. And it's so funny because how Bonnie was thrown under the bus on second season. Right. How they really made her trash her and made her look bad. But she's the one that did the HBO special. You know what I mean? Right. So, I'm sure they're all, a little pissed off Alonzo.
He's got to push his fiancé everywhere he goes.
Like Gary's
He's the one that got the HBO special.
It was good during the roast.
Yeah.
Right. What stinks about this? This is going on right now, and then they're not even going to acknowledge this? Are you insane? Know how many of our listeners are calling right now trying to get through?
Trying to get through.
Could make for some fun radio for everybody, and they're going to make believe this isn't going on.
Nope.
Second season, they stunk in
They obviously talked about it during the commercial.
Let's see if one of our listeners gets through.
And rather drink Norton's blood than.
He's making fun of your blood,
I don't know Kathleen like that. Right. She could be funny. I'm sure, she has a following. Margaret So does. Following. They all can fill a theater here or there. Yeah, I work A clubs. No, A club. And how's your buddy Mordell? I'm working with him next week at the Carolines. Being him involved.
This nervous idiot knows we're listening in.
Me, Mordell, and Corey.
He's all flustered.
Cut her loose because, I'm going to bring the one I'm banging. I'm not going to bring the one that, is old and has, another kid. I'm not going to bring her on the road for me for. Listen to that Jew broad, nagging me all day. Shut up, stupid. All right? I got a hot one at least now. All right. Okay, so Bonnie, she told me she had 40 minutes. She lied, but that's okay.
What?
She doesn't have the kids, does she? Who, Bonnie? Yeah. No. Are you kidding me? Please. It's like a nickel down there. You know what I'm saying? It's like a nickel. It's surprising enough. So here's the deal. Yeah, Mordell's doing okay. He's a miserable loser, too. I surround myself with losers. All
right, we'll check in on that in a second, because now we got to go to Donald in Detroit. Donald, what's up?
How you doing, guys? Our buddy Imus is on the case for you guys again this morning.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about this about a half hour ago.
You want to hear what his latest thing is now? Just about
this is our play other people's radio show segment of the show.
Yeah, why not? Hey, we still got 3 hours of radio to do.
Really?
And we've only taken a 3-minute break so far, so we're still ahead of the game, kind of.
About it.
All right, go ahead, Donald.
This is about from 7:10 this morning Eastern Time. Here we go.
All right.
Let me just say this to the people at NBC News. Hey, are you happy you have us on your channel now? Don't they have to think, by the way? Hey, by the way, Sid, where's my Opie and Anthony T-shirt? I'm going to kill Opie.
I spoke to Rick Delgado yesterday, the former producer. I tried to get to Opie. I can't get him for you yet. I'm trying, though. I will get him at some point.
Well, what are they doing? I mean, what is Opie doing that he can't send me a T-shirt?
Jerk. I have no idea. I have no idea. We'll get him, I promise. I will not be disappointed. Doesn't matter what year.
I want one from the satellite deal. Well, whatever they have.
We'll get it for you. Don't worry,
man. Get that. Hey, come on, man. Who was there when you guys were down?
Yeah, absolutely.
The Iron Man was right there. Don't forget. Oh, my God, there's that disturbing photo. For our radio audience, I don't even know how to describe this picture of Opie and Imus.
It looks like Opie in London ran into Camilla Parker Bowles.
I'm going to get a good shot of Camilla. And they both look like they're on the front stoop of a gay bathhouse. No doubt. I love Opie. Leave him alone. Anyway, back to the old Donald.
All right, guys.
Donald, you rock. Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
All right.
He's a funny bastard, Bernie.
Bernie's one of the funniest out there.
Oh.
He really is one of the funniest. Back to Voss on DC 101 in Washington.
You sit here for an hour and you laugh once.
Hold on. What's going on over in Minnesota? Rob, what's up?
Yeah, I was just wanting to let you guys know up here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the radio station played a bit of your butt plugs part there that you guys played the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they used it. They were talking to some guy that calls in from time to time about talking about local movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And the guy made a comment, and then the local DJ here played your butt plugs bit just for a quick second there, and I caught it. And I just remembered hearing it the other day on your station because I listened to you guys all night long.
Yeah, radio guys all over America have been playing stuff off that CD that we put out a few years back. Hoo-hoo.
It's amazing because, I mean, the radio station up here does excellent bits. I mean, they do really good bits, and they're a great radio station, but I couldn't believe they played something off your station because it just rocks.
All right. Well, thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Okay. And I guess we're done with DC 101 as well.
Yeah.
That was fun, though.
Yeah, some of the listeners are getting very annoyed.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of interesting, though.
Yeah, but they don't see it like that.
Why?
A couple of them. 30 minutes is too long on this shit.
It wasn't 30 minutes, was it?
This guy's saying.
It only felt like it.
Yeah, that's true. Would you lazy... Would you lazy fucks do a show and stop listening to this midget mushmouth bombing on another show?
Well, we have ADD. We'll try to focus. Come on, guys. Voss is not funny on your show. He's even more not funny on someone else's show. Nah, I mean, you got to defend Voss. He's a funny guy.
Not true.
All right, you know what? Why don't we take another break then? A quick break. We'll regroup, and we'll start our show.
All right.
In just a few minutes.
This channel is experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. We're working on the problem.
Technical difficulties, probably just faulty equipment, or Ben's hog hit the circuit breaker and tripped it. Steve poured a martini in the mixing board, or Hawk's breath burnt through the transmission cord. Sandy Kane blocked the sky with Twado, or Bob Kelly vomited all over the console, or Howard Stern bought XM for $500 million, or Pat from Unaki drove his van through the building. What's the meaning? The same three messages are repeating. The only way to fix it is a corporate meeting. And Opie's not around, he's rollerblading in the park, and Professor Anthony can't even get it to start. It's taking forever. I hope it don't last long, like Stalker Patty crawling with a crusty mask on. Or maybe Danny told Ricky to stop the show, or Opie threw a chocolate strawberry at ELO.
Anthony Show.
All right, it's the Opie and Anthony program. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Sounded like someone else's program there for a while, but I still say that was fun. That was a lot of fun to do.
Like goofing around like that. Why not?
Anthony, we were going to talk about the big story. The Capitol building was evacuated.
As was the White House.
As well as the White House, right, because of these two airheads.
Opie, scenes of pandemonium in Washington. Oh, they show the guy getting shot again? No. Scenes of pandemonium in Washington, evacuating the Capitol, the White House. All you saw was a bunch of people running down the streets with cops telling them to run. And it was just a pilot and a student pilot flying to an air show.
It was just two dopes.
Two dopes in a little Cessna cruising around.
That had no idea what was going on below them.
You would think you would know if you're in the most restricted airspace in the country. It's the most restricted airspace over Washington, D.C. And you would think you would know. But no, these guys flew right into it, right into the no-fly zone. And they went to, what level? Threat level yellow at the White House. Then they went to orange and then red. It got up to threat level red.
Red doesn't sound good.
Red is, there is an imminent threat. This is it. It's going to happen.
And these dopes were navigating by sight, I'm hearing?
Yeah. VFR.
They probably saw the Capitol building or the White House and said, oh, look at that. Let's take a closer look.
Get a closer look. Little closer look at the White House.
When's the next time we're going to be this close to the White House?
Like I said, you would think you would know. But these clowns just flying around. They scrambled some fighters and helicopters, and I guess they tried to get the guy's attention and tried to radio him, but he wouldn't answer. So that's when they went to threat level red, and they finally had to fire off flares from the fighter planes to get this guy's attention, and once they did that, he turned away. But they were already going through their protocols to shoot this guy out of the sky. One of the guys said they were about a minute away.
That would have rocked.
From shooting this guy. This guy was a minute away from just being incinerated by an F-16.
How do you not notice an F-16 buzzing you?
How do you? You're just cruising around, and there's an F-16 trying to get your attention. He's got to fire flares before you even notice. You would think just the F-16 would catch your attention. But no. A minute away. Only 3 miles from the White House, the plane finally turns west after the F-16s launched warning flares. And that's when they lowered the threat level and the all-clear sounds. But you saw all the people running.
Yeah.
Did you see all the people with their little name tags?
Yeah.
Running down the street?
I saw a lot of people running without their shoes on.
Oh, yeah. Here's a lady... well, she's got her shoes in her hand.
That's what I mean.
Well, heels make it a little hard to run.
They're getting a little comfortable in the...
a little comfy.
In the Capitol.
Maybe you should be wearing sneakers all the time when you live in these these high threat zones so you could just run. You look a little silly holding your heels and running in your stockings, doing that not fast enough to run away from a bomb run.
I'd be wearing Nikes every day.
Yeah. This is showing real out of shape old political dudes in their suits trying to run away. They'd all be doomed. Just stop it. And where are they running? Outside of the Capitol.
To a cherry blossom tree.
There you go. Hang out under here for a while.
We have some clips? We have a clip from the neighbor of this dope. I guess they ended up arresting him. Will there be charges? How does that work,
They arrested him, questioned him, realized
that he was just an idiot?
Meant no harm. Yeah, and let him go.
All right, let's go to this first clip here.
He's not the type of person to do something like that. I mean, probably he's the most law-abiding citizen I know.
Well, what is she on the show we were just listening to?
A minute away. They interview this neighbor. She's a trip. Listen to this clip.
The shock. I mean, it had to be a mistake. There's just no way it would be anything that he would do deliberately.
Yeah.
All right. Certain reports authorities say the pilot simply lost track of his location. Go to track 5. Let's try track 5.
Ooh.
According to federal authorities, the men on the plane were Hayden Schaefer and a student pilot named Troy Martin, both of Pennsylvania.
There you go. Student. Maybe the student was at the wheel. A lot of times these instructors take the students up, and the students do all the flying.
Right.
You know, the instructor doesn't really pay much attention. And perhaps he wanted a closer look at the White House.
All right. Well, Leno and Letterman had a lot of fun with this last night.
Did you hear about the...
We got a couple of their jokes for everybody this morning. Do you know where it is there, Eric? We're working on a new system here, so just bear with us.
Here's Leno.
You got Leno? Hit that.
The White House and the Capitol building were evacuated today when a small plane flew into restricted airspace. You hear about this? No. You hear about it? Actually got within 3 miles of the White House. 3 miles! That's closer than John Kerry ever got. 3 miles!
That's pretty funny. I'll give him that one.
Very nice. I think you had one more joke last night about it.
During the scare, Vice President Cheney was working in the West Wing, and President Bush was outside riding his bicycle. So it's a typical day at the White House, really.
Pretty good.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Anthony about that picture. They have it in the paper. They show the president, I guess, coming back to the White House from biking.
He was bicycling in Maryland.
And he also had a book in his hand.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking, I don't want to see a picture like that of my president.
Why?
He shouldn't be able to be biking and reading.
He probably stops, gets off the bike, reads a little.
He shouldn't be allowed to eat or sleep.
No.
You're the president of the United States of America. I don't want to be sitting around thinking that you're off biking. You're off reading the Da Vinci Code, you know?
Dick Cheney was on the job. It's all right. They switch back and forth.
But how does he have time to do all this stuff when he's trying to run the free world, Anthony?
I don't know. You would think he would be busy 24 hours a day.
You think Abe Lincoln got some exercise in?
He vacations more than any other president. He's just going through the motions, I think. He does a few things for photo ops, and then most of the time he's biking or vacationing or cutting wood.
Or reading.
They do. They take their hatchet out and cut wood to look manly.
So you're trying to tell me that his job isn't that important these days?
No. Not that important at all. I don't know what he does, to tell you the truth.
All right, let's go to Letterman and see what he did with this whole thing last night.
You ever see on South Park when, what's his name, Jimmy?
Jimmy, yeah.
Little Jimmy's the comic. And he does that. Yeah, you hear about the plane flying into the White House? Did you hear about this? He always adds that in. Anyone hear about this?
All right, let's go to the Letterman clip.
What it was a lobbyist airlifting bribe money to Tom DeLay.
Ooh.
Wow.
Leno,
Letterman
0.
Well, let's give Letterman one more shot here.
But there hasn't been such a panicked evacuation of the White House since Hillary walked in on Bill.
Whoa!
Remember that?
Wow, he had to go with a Clinton joke.
Oh, wow.
Holy Jesus.
Someone looks stupid this morning.
Wow.
That's no-brainer material for guys like them.
That really didn't go well.
Wow.
Ooh.
Jimmy?
Well, like I always say.
Big fan.
Leno is a better comic.
Yeah.
By far.
All right, let's go to Georgia. Ed, what's up?
The hell's the leader of the free world doing bicycling or reading a book in the middle of the day? I want that job, man.
Well, you know what it is?
My ass.
He didn't think he could when he switched pads, but then he got the right ones. And as this joke is bombing, I kind of realized I should just shut up instead of trying to fix it.
Why, white shorts? He's wearing white shorts.
He's probably doing stuff like this almost every day, but he finally got caught because now they need a picture of the president with this crisis going on, and there they show him stepping out of a vehicle in his biking attire and holding a book.
He's keeping in shape. That's
the leader of the free fucking world in his bicycle pants.
Well, actually, the reason he rode his bike is because where they set the lemonade stand up a little too far to walk. Get it?
Yeah, we get it. Let's go to Jersey. Joe, what's up?
How you doing, guys?
Hey, all right, Joe.
I can understand how these guys got lost. It's not like there's any landmarks above Washington, D.C. Punching out.
All right. No, I think they
There's
got
a
all
little
excited up
sarcasm.
there. You're flying, you see these things like, whoa, let's get let's get close, let's check it out.
I would assume you would know exactly where you are, even from landmarks on the ground. Sure. That's what they call flying by the seat of your pants. That's it. You get out there and you look out your window on a clear day and you can tell where you are.
Right.
They got those. They got the aviation maps there.
Right.
It actually has ground landmarks on the maps.
Yes, it
so
does.
You know where you are.
The White House is supposedly hard to find from the air,
That's
harder
right.
than you'd think because of the trees or whatever.
Yeah.
I heard on the 11th they were actually looking for the White House.
Really?
Yeah, and having trouble
Couldn't find
finding
it.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jay in Minnesota.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Jay?
Not much. I could see how that could happen. I know those guys probably shit their pants because about 8 or 9 years ago, I'm a private pilot myself, and I have instrument flight rating. But when I was working on the line of sight, or the VFR as they call it,
yeah.
If you're not too familiar with your landmarks, like I wasn't, and you fly over a military base where it's restricted, yeah, they get a little uppity.
What happened to you?
Oh, well, see, this particular one, there's a riverbank that kind of runs parallel to it, and they were making high-speed runs through this river valley, and yeah, they kind of paid attention to me a little bit, and this voice came across the radio that said, land your plane immediately. And so, of course, I did, not knowing what was going to happen, and the pucker factor was definitely a 10 as I got on the ground. And I had a little visit from the FAA. I guarantee these guys may not have had charges pressed against them, but their licenses will be yanked. They'll get time. There's
Really?
no question. Oh, sure, because they'll get a letter from the FRA, or not the FRA, the FAA. I work for the railroad, so I deal with these FRA clowns as well as the FAA. But the FAA will send a nice little letter that'll say, yeah, we're going to yank your license for a while until you pull your head out of your fucking ass. And if they do it again, they'll never get another pilot's license in their life.
Yeah, they don't give you many mistakes when you're with your pilot's license.
No, in my particular case, it was just sort of a, you know what you did? Yeah, I did something bad.
Right.
And they said, okay, well, give us your license back. And it took me almost 3 years to get it back.
Wow.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're looking on the maps, and depending on your instrumentation, if you're doing like a non-precision approach where you're just kind of out looking at the white puffy clouds, and you're not paying attention to where you're going,
yeah,
it happens real fast. And it was like, I don't know, not even 2 to 3 minutes before I. What's that?
No, what were you saying?
The oxygen is dropping from the ceiling of our studio. We're
Where's the
breathing it
oxygen?
in right now. We've lost cabin pressure, sir, and we're fading out.
We already lost Payne Stewart, and the rest are going down.
Oh, I tell you, no.
Oh my God, Jay. Jay.
What?
No, go ahead, Jay. What?
She had a plane crash.
How about the big the grand finale?
The grand finale was as I looked at the two fucking airplanes, the two F-16s coming and towards me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a man enough to say I shit my pants.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
fuck, 500 miles an hour compared to 200 miles an hour?
Oh, my God.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's faster,
Shut up,
right?
Jimmy.
Wait,
Jimmy,
don't make it
stop
worse.
Giving him an excuse.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
He had no clothes.
Oh, now
on.
he's mad at us.
course
Anthony,
he
a
is.
lot of instant feedback coming in. The president is calling it in. Mr. Squidlow Clark from whackbag.com with that one. Dan from Hoboken, there hasn't been this much panic at the White House since Taft had the vapors. All right. Our little radio stunt has already made the news, Anthony. DCRTV.com. It doesn't make sense. Dave, here's a DC 101 XM tie-in for you this morning. Around 7:45 this morning, Opie and Anthony featured their friend comedian Rich Voss on DC 101's Elliot in the Morning Show. They did their normal trick of having a local listener hold their phone up to the radio. They've done this in a bunch of cities in a play other people's radio shows bit. O&A listened in live to about 15 minutes of Elliot's show, calling Rich Voss on his cell phone during the Elliot commercial breaks. It made for some good radio. O&A listeners were trying to get through Elliot's phone screener, but to no avail. Yeah. There you go. And it was only 15 minutes. It seemed longer.
See? Only 15 minutes. Relax.
Let's go to Tom in D.C. Tom, what's up?
Well, hey, O&A, I was just calling to let y'all know, if that had been a serious situation yesterday, I'd have been shit out of luck because I was listening to y'all replays all day. I didn't know anything was going on till about 6:30 yesterday evening.
Really?
Well, I guess it was a big deal down there, so.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal, but there was no traffic or nothing. I work for Verizon. I'm riding around all day.
Yeah.
I didn't see any traffic or anything. All I know is when I got home, it's all over the news, and I didn't know because I got my XM on all day.
Well, as soon as I heard about it, my first thought was that Lee Abrams was flying the XM plane high and lost his way a little bit.
Think of the publicity. Imagine the news shot, the plane on the runway with XM on it. Yeah. See, they don't know how to get press, XM.
All right. And
send Lee to fly around with an XM with XM graphics on the plane. Send him to fly over to the White House. They'll make him land. There'll be a helicopter shot of the runway and the plane.
He'll get out with pot smoke pouring out of the plane.
Like Fast Times when they open the van door.
We're doing the radio. What FM did to AM? He's like cuffing him and beating him with a hammer.
Starts explaining how you shouldn't have your sweepers sound like the old sweepers and
the gang down at the compound in Washington, the XM compound. They're passing around an email of a picture of Lee Abrams in his plane, looking like just an animal, looking psychotic as hell, high and psychotic.
That is I can only imagine Mohammed Atta making the same face.
Looks like Wilfred Brimley flying an aircraft.
Oh, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my diabetes.
All right, so that was the big story, Anthony.
There you go.
And then the other big story, I guess, Macaulay Culkin, I don't know.
Testified in the Jacko trial.
Yeah, New York Post headline. Macco and Jacko.
Macco. Oh, Macco and Jacko.
How does he look 40 already? His awful hairline. Jesus Christ, he's 18.
Macaulay Culkin. How old is he?
He's young. He's like 20, whatever he is. He's young.
Low
20s. 22, 23 maybe at this point.
He can run through the mill.
Did you see photos of him, though? They were showing a clip from Home Alone where he's shirtless in front of the mirror.
Whoa.
Suddenly understand. That's got to be hard to resist. And now he looks like Jim Brewer in this picture.
Yeah.
Does he look like Brewer?
Definitely.
And Macaulay Culkin also won't be appearing on our program.
Yes.
Well, Macaulay Culkin, he testified and he had nothing.
He said that Michael Jackson never touched him, even though there were all these allegations that the prosecution was making that Michael Jackson had molested Macaulay Culkin. He came out right there on the stand and said, no, that never happened. The prosecution, no one from the prosecution ever contacted me and asked me if these were true or not. They just went around and said, yeah, he was molested. So the defense brought him up, and he has said no. Although he did say that at one point when he was a real little kid, that Michael Jackson invited him, back in '91, invited him himself on a trip to Bermuda with Macaulay's family and bought him a Rolex, which is a little odd for a little child. You buy him a Rolex and invite yourself along with the family on a trip.
You got to think if Macaulay Culkin was touched, he's not going to admit it.
That's embarrassing.
That's gonna.
Well, that's true. That is pretty
so embarrassing. It's gonna ruin it as far as him and girls go.
Yeah.
You don't want to admit that ever.
You don't want to be another Michael Jackson victim. Ugh.
Well, he gave him a Rolex because they keep the best time. And he wanted to be accurate. He said, look, I want you to get in here and suck my cock at 7:43 on the dot, boy.
Take this watch here with you. This keeps good time.
All right, let's go to some of these Michael Jackson clips. This is such a waste.
Jacko. He's going to walk. There's no doubt about it now. There's no doubt about it now. The prosecution's been done with the case now for a while. It's all the defense that's bringing up the witnesses, and then they'll do their closing arguments. But the prosecution's done with their case, and they had nothing. They had nothing. They had the family that's at the center of this whole thing with such contradictory testimony, previous lies that came up. They're not credible at all, and no one else to back this up that had any credibility. Now the defense is up there pretty much dispelling everything that the prosecution
Was there any DNA evidence?
Nothing, no.
Just like a fingerprint maybe
Fingerprints on
some porno magazines and stuff like that?
But that doesn't really prove anything. It could be in his house. Kids were in his house, but, as a kid, if you see a Playboy or some porno laying around, you pick it up. It doesn't necessarily mean the adult in the house is showing it to you.
Right.
If I was in a house and I found a stash of Playboys, you're damn right I'm looking at it. Doesn't mean the adult there wants the kids looking at it, but so that really was nothing. And he's definitely walking.
I once looked at a Glamour magazine because it was, in the bathroom.
Cosmo, dude.
Cosmo.
My mother used to subscribe to Cosmopolitan magazine. And
Hot.
Every month a new one would come, and there was a section in the back called Cosmo Tells All, and it was guaranteed always a nude picture of a girl. And that was, might as well have been Hustler back then.
All right, why don't we go to some of this audio, Derek?
Ooh, what do we got?
Yeah, you can hit it. That's
right.
That was audio from Michael Jackson's bedroom.
Some of the hidden microphones in his room.
Can we hear that again? I didn't realize you were going to that exclusive clip. Here's audio from Michael Jackson's bedroom, Anthony, while Macaulay Culkin was visiting.
Oh.
Now, I'm not really sure what was going on in that clip, but you got to assume it's not good.
Well, it could just be maybe Macaulay was reenacting the scene from Home Alone,
right,
where he smacks his cheeks with his hand and kind of makes a little scream, but he got a little carried away.
All right, let's hear that one more time.
What the hell is that from?
But he said yesterday that nothing happened. So.
Right, nothing happened.
So obviously that's something else there, Anthony. All right, let's go to another clip here from the Michael Jackson case.
Michael Jackson's been able to explain to the jury why he spends so much time with children, and he did so without having to actually testify or undergo cross-examination. The jury has seen about 2 hours of footage shot at the same time as the 2003 documentary that hurt Jackson's reputation. In this footage, Jackson says he's inspired by the purity and innocence of children and believes people should be not childish, but more childlike. Brian Bland at the courthouse, Santa Maria, California.
Brian Bland. It says it all.
Yep.
Buh, 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 buh.
Back to you, Dan Dullard.
But they can't prove anything. That's the amazing thing about this.
No. And what he's saying,
they want to catch him so bad, and they just can't do it.
What he's saying doesn't exonerate him. That Michael Jackson just sees this innocence in children that he likes being around. That's any pedophile.
Sure.
That's what any pedophile says. It's not about that or the sex or anything. I just love children. You're not supposed to. They're not supposed to be in your bedroom. The guy's guilty of sin, but he won't go away.
Does anybody else notice this is another inept job by the prosecutors in California? They have done nothing but blow case after major case after major case. They blow every major case they get their hands on.
Isn't it just amazing? O.J., Robert Blake,
Reginald Denny, I think they got the conviction on those guys, if not for the video and the tap dancing after the toilet got smashed into the head.
You gotta dance after
Rodney
you do that
King,
move,
of course
though.
you do.
You gotta dance.
You bash a white man's head with a toilet, you might as well just do a two-step
dance.
Little men without hats playing in the background.
Bob in New York, what's up?
Bob's broken leg in New York. Hey, who's Macaulay Culkin?
Oh, yeah, Macaulay
Culkin.
Sorry.
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
They call him Macaulay Culkin because after Michael Jackson got pregnant, he had caulk all over his mouth.
Macaulay Culkin. I'm sorry.
Out.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry.
That happens.
Is that what? Yeah, I didn't even notice that one.
We're gonna have to play our caulk bit.
Cock.
You want caulk? All right. You want cock? That just reminded me of something. Anthony, we have another clip of exclusive audio.
All right.
From Michael Jackson's bedroom when Macaulay Culkin.
Are these available to the court? Because I think these would be pretty damning.
Well, we're gonna FedEx them to the courthouse immediately.
Good.
But some more hidden audio in Michael Jackson's bedroom.
All right.
You better come out and pound me.
Wow.
After hearing that clip, I think the guy's guilty, huh?
Now there could be a problem for Wacko Jacko.
Sounds like they were playing a little hide and seek. Let's hear that again there, Dirk.
You better come out and pound me.
That screams great.
Wow. All right.
Somebody saying they got Scott Peterson, though, out there, California.
Yeah. The Menendez brothers.
Yeah.
That's my answer to Scott Peterson. No, they originally had to go through 2 trials.
Yeah, 2 trials. But, yeah, they finally got him.
They finally got him.
I could have got them.
Obviously, the biggest blunder was O.J., because that was very just plain cut and clear. He did it. And then Robert Blake also. Robert Blake absolutely shot his wife. Absolutely.
The Rodney King beatings, those cops, that was a major one, too, because they had video of it, and they never called Rodney King to testify and explain. So the defense presents this brilliant argument. They slow it down, and they say this is why he's hitting him here. He's telling him to stop, and he won't. So they give this great explanation, and the dumb prosecutors never call Rodney King so he can go, no, that's not what was happening. So all the jury hears are the cops explaining away every single blow,
I think justice was served in that case.
I mean, on an emotional level,
the cops were doing their job.
They could have cuffed him.
Beating down a criminal.
Yeah, he was a creep.
And, you got to give the cops a little attitude.
I completely agree. But 50 smacks to the guy. They should look. The bottom line is this: if you're going to do something like that and a video camera's rolling, I'm sorry, it happens.
It was at the beginning of the whole video camera thing too. I'm sure the cops didn't really realize there was going to be a camera around. That stinks. Imagine the beatings that went on before video. Oh God!
If they hit him 2 or 3 times, and I mean smashed him and then cuffed him, all right, that's what happens when you leave him on a chase. You're going to get your
lay down and shut up.
Exactly.
And when they pull you over, pull over. Yeah. Don't get him chasing you. That's what the guy was doing. They were chasing him. And when you finally do get pulled over after a chase, or you stop your car, or you crash or something, give up. That's it. Don't try to get up and fight the guys, or you're going to get a beating. That's it.
You didn't know what he was doing, though. He was on all those drugs, Anthony.
Well, that seems to be the mistake he made. He shouldn't have been on the drugs, and he was paying the consequences.
There you go.
I'm all for giving the cops a little latitude for tuning people up.
I am, too.
That's it.
That was one I felt like that was just like, that was
Because you know something? I know damn well it ain't going to be me.
I agree.
I know damn well it's not, because when I get involved with the police in any way, it's very respectful, very nice. Let's take care of this and move on.
But these guys don't have...
Why am I getting pulled over? Listen, motherfucker, I pay your fucking... You're going to start mouthing off like that,
but
you
the
got a
difference
problem.
is these guys don't have a hit radio show, Anthony. Where you could just smile at them and go, hey, you know who I am?
I did this shit well before I had a radio show. And I treat the cops with respect that I have no clue who we are. And you can tell them right when they get out of the car.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah, Officer Tyrone Johnson.
Hello, Officer Sanchez.
And you treat them with respect.
I got smashed once, not physically, but one of these guys pulls me over because I decide, I'm going over train tracks and the gates are coming down. I'm like, I can't be bothered.
Oh no!
But there is
that guy.
Well, there's that point where you know you can make it. It wasn't anywhere as close. The lights were starting and you had time, and it was wide open left to right, so you could even see that the train was nowhere near. So I guess a lot of people do this. It's one of those back roads in Greenlawn there or something, and so I go for it, and I'm speeding. I think we were heading to work or whatever where I was. the old show, and I go through, right?
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, whatever. There it is. They were waiting for me. I guess they wait for people all day because everyone does this. They hide behind one of the buildings right near the train tracks. And I get pulled over, and I'm like, I don't even turn down my radio. I have my hands in my pockets, basically. I'm doing everything wrong. And I'm thinking about you. I remember this specifically because Anthony gets pulled over a lot.
Yeah, I do. I drive like an asshole.
He likes driving on sidewalks, and he likes just doing what he has to do to get to work faster.
Illegal passing.
And, we've had these discussions on the air, so I'm thinking, Anthony just pretty much tells him that he's Anthony from the Opie and Anthony show.
I have never done that anytime I'm pulled over. I have never said I'm Anthony from the Opie and Anthony show.
You used to hint or something. There was something going on that always got you out of these
I know
tickets.
you'd say, sorry, I'm speeding. Normally my partner, Opie, is next to me.
There are ways to work in that I am on the radio into a conversation.
Well, basically I'm thinking, because we were really tight back then, especially with the NYPD and all that, and the Suffolk County cops and all, and this guy was right out of our demo.
Uh-huh.
So he comes walking up to the car. I'm all cocky, and I'm like, do you listen to the radio, sir?
Oh.
Yeah, I do. I'm Opie from the Opie and Anthony show. So?
Oh.
His response was so.
Because you put it like that.
And then it's like license and registration. Could care less.
You never put it like that because then that puts him in the position like, oh, this guy's trying to work on me about who he is. It's got to look like it just naturally came up in conversation. Hey, your inspection sticker is overdue. And then you go, hey, have you ever inspected a program called the Opie and Anthony show?
Good one.
Well, it gets better.
Slick.
Just slick. You don't even see it coming.
It gets better, though. He goes, license and registration. I hand it over, right? He comes back about 10 minutes later, gives me a speeding ticket, and gives me a ticket for...
Speeding?
Yeah, it was a side road. I was flying.
Oh,
and he also gave me a ticket for the going through the gates coming down. And then goes, by the way, I have heard of the show.
Oh, great. Thanks.
What a dick.
After that was his way of just giving it to me one.
Well, you presented it to him like something like, look, I'm presenting this to you. Now you can't give me a ticket. See, if it's presented that way, looks bad. Doesn't work. You got to kind of just let it happen.
So I immediately got on the phone with another one of our friends and had those tickets taken care of the right way.
Did they charge you for littering for an awful name drop?
Pick that up.
And I believe this cop was reprimanded.
Oh, I'll have your job
for pulling me over.
A celebrity.
Now, didn't you also get in trouble for doing donuts in a snowy parking lot in a comedy club in Long Island?
Oh, that was after the John Valvey show.
With a borrowed Lexus?
Well, yeah.
Hey, you got out of that one.
Well, that actually was a lot scarier. When we were at NEW, the Lexus people came to us and gave Anthony and I both a Lexus to drive around for, what, a month or two?
Yeah.
You drove it around a lot longer because you just refused to give the car back.
I didn't give it back. I enjoyed this Lexus a lot.
Dude,
I had it, and I didn't bring it back.
It was the top-of-the-line Lexus. This thing on the LIE, when you get out east...
Rocket ship.
I had it up to about 120 miles an hour, no joke.
It was a rocket ship.
And I would have went faster, but I was just getting scared at that speed. Call me a wimp, but to me, 120 miles an hour is plenty.
It's great.
I was flying. And I remember, just a little side story, they gave it to us the weirdest time of year, just when winter was hitting.
Yeah, I know.
And for some reason, my other car was in the shop, or there was something wrong with it. I can't remember now. But anyway, I did a lot of skiing back then, up in Vermont to Killington and stuff, so I took the Lexus.
Good luck.
I took the Lexus.
On dry pavement, you wouldn't find a better car, but in the snow...
They might have gotten better with the Lexus. Lexuses.
Is it front or rear-wheel drive?
It was front.
It was front-wheel drive, but it was just... The tires weren't made for it. The weight wasn't there. It was just it slid on anything. I remember trying to take off, and there was a little snow on the ground from a light, and it took me about 5 minutes to get across an intersection.
Yeah.
I couldn't get moving. I tried feathering the gas just a little bit, and couldn't move.
It was definitely a warm weather car. It was definitely, you have this as your second car if you could afford it.
My other car's a Lexus. I have a bumper sticker that says that.
Yeah.
A lot of laughs.
On the Saturn, right?
Yeah, they beep and wave and smile at me.
Funny stuff.
So I'm just thinking this Lexus is going to be perfect to drive up into the mountains of Vermont, go to Killington. I'm renting, I think it was Christmas vacation, so I'm renting a little condo for the week or a couple days, whatever. And I couldn't even get up the tiny little incline
any incline, you're done.
into the condo area on this thing, and it almost went off the road. No joke, because it just started sliding. It was the worst, winter car.
But on dry road, rocket ship.
So I went to John Valby's show, and I think it was the last day I had it, or last couple days. I'm like, I'm just gonna have some fun with this thing.
Beat on it.
And what's the comedy club out there? Governors.
Governors,
with the huge parking lot. I haven't been there in a while. They run a really nice club out there. A huge parking lot. So I decided to just start ripping it around the parking lot and doing donuts and stuff all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
All over the place. John Valby's watching from his beat-up van in front of the place. Everyone is laughing. All the people that were hanging out after the show. I'm just kind of putting on a show,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a cop car comes out of nowhere and pulls me over. Just gives me shit. I'm thinking, oh, my God, I might even get arrested. He's just working me hard.
Yep.
And then at the end, lets me off the hook and goes, dude, I'm a huge fan of you guys. I just happen to be in this parking lot just mellowing out. I have a break or whatever he was doing. And I can't believe what I'm seeing. But then I listened to the show, and I know you guys had the Lexus. And then I saw that it was you in the driver's seat. And decided to just bust my balls hard.
Yeah,
for like
cops can do
15
that.
or 20 minutes where I'm like, oh, my God. And
What are you doing?
And I had a few in me.
Yeah.
So he was asking
Had
me
a few in you?
Oh yeah, he was asking me if I was drinking. I said, well, just a couple. I was, John Valby. I told him who I was, and he was like, he was not buying the game either. He could care less. And then finally at the end, he took my license and registration. The whole deal comes back, and then finally lets me off the hook. And I'm like, you fucking asshole.
Wow.
So you gotta know how to name drop, man. Like I got pulled over, and I said, what? And he comes over. I said, I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio. What? And he went, all right, man, relax, I'm sorry. And that was it.
Because some people say when they get pulled over that the cops are immediately nasty to them.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason, I guess they feel they have to be nasty back. And that's all that's going to do is get you in trouble. Why would you do that? If the cop has a bad attitude coming to the window, why would you then make it even worse? You just go through the motions. Give him what he wants to see. Listen to him. If he's going to write you up, let him write you up. That's it. I rarely hear about people that get pulled over for something that really didn't do it. Yep. It rarely every time I get pulled over for something, God damn it, he's right. I did it. And then maybe you could get off the hook in the court.
One time a black officer pulled me over, and we had a little discussion, and I said, what do you want? And he said that you were driving too fast. And I pointed at this alabaster skin, and I said, do you understand I'm in a hurry? And he let me go.
I could have you shot for this.
In the heat of the night.
I could have you
Could have had you shot for that. Aren't you going to do something? Rod Steigers is standing there.
All right, let's go to some more Michael Jackson clips here, Anthony.
All right.
So here's another clip about the case, I guess.
By showing the jury footage not used in the 2003 documentary on the singer, the jury sees a prepared and comfortable Jackson explaining his overall affection and affinity for children without being subject to cross-examination.
Yeah, that is a pretty good strategy.
Well, didn't the prosecution I'm guessing that the prosecution opened that proverbial can of worms by introducing the videotape. It's almost like character stuff in court. You can't, if you want to do character stuff, if one side introduces it, then it's open for the other side, too.
Right. But this is, with this, you're pretty much getting Michael Jackson testifying for the defense. He's pretty much defending himself in this video without the ability of the prosecution to cross-examine the guy.
I hate when guys don't take the stand. I don't give a shit what the Constitution says. To me, it's an admission of guilt.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have Tourette's. And you're liable to just yell something awful. And I know it can hurt you. Look, Wayne Williams got busted because of his behavior on the stand. I mean, and that was probably, I think, what ultimately convicted him.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that fibers of children. But his behavior on the stand was so awful, and the FBI knew how to freak him out.
Right. You know what it is? Yeah, people, even for yourself, when the prosecution's on you, you're not going to make a good witness. Most of the people that get up there do themselves a grave injustice when the prosecution starts hammering. It's easy when your own lawyer is sitting there tossing up the softballs at you and you're, answering. And then the prosecution comes up and, you're blurting out things. I don't remember our anniversary. I have no idea. Can we settle this now?
That was the best
You get a little flustered.
Ever. During Anthony's divorce case, he forgot his anniversary. That is...
And Mr. Cumia, when were you and Jennifer married? What is your wedding anniversary? Ding 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 ding.
I got nothing here, Alex. It's blank.
God, you know how...
I had no clue.
You know how much that's got to hurt? It doesn't matter how much money she got out of this whole thing, to know that you had no clue.
Out of my mind. I put it out of my mind. I knew it was the 19th of
no
something.
Clue on probably the most special moment of her life.
Yep. Special moment. Her
said that.
Special day.
The 19th of something. I mean,
it's
that's
the 19th of something.
You had 12 shots at it.
Anthony was quoted saying he had no idea.
And it was in the newspaper. Like anybody else, it stays in the courtroom. With me, it's in the Post and the Daily News. And Anthony Cumia could not remember his anniversary.
What a scumbag.
I thought it was... See, what got me confused, I'll explain again. I lived in San Juan Capistrano, California. For all you people who are listening, hi, there in California. I used to live there. And Swallows Day was the day that the Swallows came back to Capistrano.
Aww.
And it was March 19th is when the Swallows come back to Capistrano.
Aww.
And I got that confused with May 19th, which was the wedding anniversary.
Because they're two very important things.
Well, the Swallows Day was very important back to when I was a kid.
Birds coming... Go ahead.
I said one had swallows and one didn't.
And it was it was that moment. And that's what I'm talking about. It's the stress and pressure of being cross-examined, of having the opposing team's lawyer question you. If I sat there and thought about it, if someone just asked me in casual conversation, when was your anniversary, I would think about it for a couple of seconds, and I probably would have said May 19th. But with Dominic Barber's fat fucking face blurting out the question, and when? Because I'm just thinking of how phony friendly he's trying to be. Hello, Anthony. And he blurts out the question, and I just went, I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, and I just see the Post and the Daily News guy in the little gallery with their little notepad. At that moment, they look at me, and then they're scribbling little notes down.
You're like, oh, no.
So that made it even worse. I'd be the worst witness. Please. I'm awful. I get up there. I remember years and years and years ago, this a woman, a friend of mine, his mother was trying to pass the bar, and the school she was going to had this mock court thing that she had to do. So she goes, I just need some of you guys, if you could come down and be some witnesses. Here's a script, whatever, you're playing this guy. It's some kind of rape case, and you're a doctor, and you have to dispute some of the evidence. Okay, I read the script. I get up there. It's, mind you, a mock phony trial. This is fake. I choked. I completely choked. Where I think someone really went to jail based on my fake testimony in a mock trial. Somebody actually went to jail. It was horrible. The pressure in there is just unbelievable. I'll get up on stage. I'll do what we do at road shows. I'll get up in front with a band. Things like that, fine. But under that circumstance of a courtroom, I just lose my mind. I couldn't do it.
I got a really good story that maybe Ben needs to be in here for. Remember that producer from O'Reilly show? Here comes Ben. This is a great story. Ben is giving a thumbs up. Remember?
I think you failed on the questioning.
Which one? From The Fugitive?
Well, remember Stephanie, who I don't know if she's still producing, but she produced for O'Reilly.
Yeah, we talked.
And we've talked about her over the years, but basically she was a producer for O'Reilly, right?
Yeah.
And they were trying to get Anthony and I on O'Reilly's show for a long time, and they were using this girl, Stephanie. Like, she was coming into our show, interviewing us, talking to us, trying to convince us this would be a good thing. Remember, she used to hang out in the studio with us, Anthony, right? All this stuff. And we really got to know her, right? We were in a conference room with her. She sat us down, face-to-face meeting, in the studio, watching the show, getting the feel of the show, going back to Fox, trying to work out this whole deal for the O'Reilly people, right?
Right.
So I used to stay in the city at this point, and I went down to where Ben was living at the time, and we went and had a few drinks, okay? And she happened to be at one of the bars. We ran into Stephanie down there, right?
Uh-huh.
She's smoking cigarettes. She's drinking. We're not thinking anything, okay? We go back to her apartment because she says there's some kind of party going on. We go into her apartment, and a bunch of her roommates and their friends were listening to Pink Floyd, was it?
Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon, and they were just completely hammered.
The lights off and just like, yeah.
Lights off and stuff.
Story sound familiar?
I've told you. I don't think I've ever told it on the air, though.
Really?
No, never been. This has never been told on the air.
I don't think so. Not the whole story.
No?
No.
All right, because I'm kind of thinking I remember hearing this recently, and I thought it was on the air.
Off the air, we talked about it.
Yeah,
off the air. Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple other parts of the story. So we weren't really feeling it because these people were really just shit-faced and just laying around with, like, black lights on and lava lamps and Dark Side of the Moon playing. And Stephanie goes, hey, guys, you want to come up to the roof? I got a really, really cool view. So we go up there with some beers or something, Ben, right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, something. In which, yeah, she just proceeded to ply Opie.
Yeah, she was trying to.
This is one of the stories that we couldn't tell for years and years.
Yeah, because it was weird. So we're on the roof, and she's showing us the view, and we're drinking and stuff. And I'm getting kind of uncomfortable because now she's, like, hitting on me, and I'm thinking, well, we're trying to do something with Fox and Bill O'Reilly. This is not a good scene, you know? And then Ben, like, you had enough at that point, right?
I left.
Yeah,
I left you there.
Ben leaves. I'm still on the roof with this girl. She goes, I'll be right back. She comes back down. She comes back upstairs with a blanket.
Oh.
She wants action, and
that pretty much says it all right there.
She's got more, beers happening and stuff, and I had some guilt there because I was going out with someone. I'm like, I can't. I'm trying to get out of this situation now, right? So I go back downstairs, and I'm trying to remember how this next part happened, but I guess I was I'm trying to remember. There was some reason I didn't leave right away. I was hanging out in the living room with all the stoners and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And these guys were basically passing out all over the room. And all of a sudden I hear this voice going, Opie. And I'm like, yeah, what? And she goes, come here. And the bathroom door is, like, slightly askew. I go in there. She's completely naked in a bathtub with candles all around, scrubbing her bush.
Really?
I swear to God.
Wants to show you it's clean.
So she's taking a bath, and I'm like, wow. So I check it out for a few minutes, like, that's really cool. Then I start laughing like an idiot, because I'm like, I just can't do this, you know? I swear to you, I can't do this. And I run out of the place.
Where was Fred?
I know, right?
Was Fred in the tub behind her?
So
Did you leave your underpants, your wet underpants in the car?
So,
you're ripping me off, Rob. I invented
this
chicks
story
naked in the bathroom.
Yeah, this story sounds familiar. So I just start just giggling like an idiot, and I run out. I run out on her. I'm like, no, this can't happen, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm running down the stairs of her apartment. She gets to the top of the stairs. She's hammered in a bathrobe, with wide open, yelling and screaming at me because I won't have sex with her.
Wow.
And I ran out of there laughing. I called Ben immediately, like, dude, you're not going to believe this fucking story. So I tell him, right?
So then, and then 2 days later, we did the Hooters signing.
All right, yeah, this is where it gets really good. So, it was supposed to be a professional relationship because she wanted us on O'Reilly and vice versa. It's like not a good thing if you're, banging the producer of O'Reilly's show while they're trying to get you on there. So remember the CD sign, the magazine signing we did at Hooters?
Of course.
We were in a lot of magazines because we just got syndicated, and a bunch of magazines did stories on us all at the same time. So we came up with this idea to get our listeners together, and we'll sign some magazines and have a good time at Hooters, drink some beers and stuff. Remember the beer fight and all that happened? So anyway,
wasn't Erin there earlier that night making out?
Who?
Erin, who I eventually went up dating, was there earlier. But I didn't meet her that night, but she was making out with another chick at that Hooters signing earlier that night.
Yes, you're right.
The one that became your girlfriend
Yeah,
for a while.
I didn't meet her that day though, but she was making out with a chick.
Okay.
I saw photos of
It was just one of our just wild get-togethers. You know, it was a wild party. It turned out to be a huge beer fight later on. But anyway, finally, what I'm about to say that ties into what Anthony was saying. We're at the front table signing, you know, the Penthouse interview and whatever other magazines we're in, and I'm sitting next to Anthony, and everything's good, a long line, we have beers and everything. All of a sudden, I turn to Ben. Ben has this look on his face. I'm like, what, Ben? And all of a sudden, he's freaking out. I go, what? All of a sudden, he points to his left arm like this, starts tapping it, and points to Stephanie.
Yeah.
I turn, and for the first time, notice that she has a fake arm.
Yeah, a fake arm. She had
a
like
completely
up to the elbow.
fake mannequin arm with a little bracelet on it.
It's plastic. It's like one of those when you lose your arm, they don't give you a hook anymore. You know, for the most part, you get these plastic arms that actually some of them can move. Get a little movement,
right?
But hers, I don't think moved.
No,
it
was
moved. It just was a mannequin hand.
It didn't move at all. Hold on, we got to get Corey from Yonkers on the phone. Corey,
hey guys, how are you?
What's up?
Is this the same chick you guys were partying with her back in the studio, and you took a picture of her skirt and her tampon string was hanging out?
No, what happened was.
But yes, that is the same girl.
Is that the same day though?
Yes.
Yeah,
same
it was
day.
right after the party.
We all went home,
Or
but
the
she
signing.
went back to the office with Stinky, I think.
She went back
Smoked
to the
pot
office
with Stinky.
Yeah.
And smoked pot, and I think they even had a little thing.
And Rick drew an arrow on her. Rick drew stuff on her legs with Sharpies. There was an arrow pointing to her snatch.
Yeah.
And she still was, working me, trying to get me. And I used to have this disposable camera on my desk for when, Slurpees came by. Oh, let's get a photo type of thing. And she proceeded to take pictures of herself, her snatch. Because she had a skirt on, so she, threw the camera down there and was just snapping away. And
string coming down.
And she forgot that she was having her time, so all these pictures had a string.
Didn't it strike you as odd when she was holding all of her beers with one hand? Like, just drinking and then picking it up and then kind of just draping the towel over that awful left arm?
There was nothing else going on.
But this is the point I want to make about being an awful witness. Here's a girl that spent a lot of time with us, leading up to the interview with Bill O'Reilly. We had, like I said, face-to-face. She was writing on a notepad. She was in studio.
None of that really matters, does it?
Huh?
None of that, as far as being a bad witness, really matters because I didn't notice. But the clincher, Opie, of you being a horrible witness is the fact that you were looking at her naked in a bathtub
and did not notice.
Didn't notice.
That's
you
what
had
I'm saying.
A fake on.
That's why Ben and I were like, "What?" Because she's naked in this bathtub. She's on the roof. She's partying with us. She was in the bar smoking and drinking, and not. This is the point I want to make. Not one of us, not one of the crew, noticed that this girl had a fake arm until we were at Hooters.
What Jimmy did?
Jim noticed.
When did you notice?
It was the first time I met her.
Jim was the first one to point it out, and I think Voss was there.
Why didn't you tell her? At Hooters.
No, it was at Hooters.
I
remember
giggling.
Jim and I think was sitting with Voss, and they were laughing hysterically, and they're the ones who pointed it out. Jim's the one who came over and told me.
It was the creepiest feeling when finally Ben got my attention and said, "Look, oh my God," freaking out, and I turned, and when I saw that plastic arm, I'm like, I got this weird feeling, and like did she just lose that arm like last week? How did we not notice?
It all adds up like, we're in Macy's, and you thought you started talking to the mannequins. Now I understand.
But just going back to this being a horrendous witness, you know?
Yeah, it seems to be something you would have caught in the bathtub.
I just started laughing. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. Sorry.
No.
Call me whatever you have to, but
I have to go home.
I have to go
Allison
home.
At home.
I have to go immediately. And then because she's all drunk and stuff, just screaming at me from the top of the stairs.
Why don't you fuck me up? Why are you rejecting me? Yeah.
The bathrobe. Is she dripping still?
It was just the whole thing that was going on. We could play the last couple of Michael Jackson clips? And then we'll finally go to break with something. All right, here's another clip from the Michael Jackson case.
Jackson says he essentially had no childhood himself. His youth was spent on stage and in a recording studio, and he says he's made up for that at Neverland Ranch. He also says he's inspired by the innocence and purity of children, and without them would throw in the towel.
Throw in the towel.
As opposed to doing what? Wiping loads up with it?
Toweling up. Yeah.
All right, and finally, this last clip.
He says Jackson never touched him sexually, and he believes the allegations in this case are absolutely ridiculous. Culkin says he and Jackson bonded because both had abnormal childhoods due to sudden fame.
You know, there's one thing about bonding because you had abnormal childhoods. Once you're both adults, you could commiserate. It's not, you can't talk to a child who's in that point in his life and you as an adult, and it just seems to me to be another ploy for him to get in their little pants. You know, oh, I understand. Isn't it tough sometimes? Oh, yeah, it's real tough sometimes. Yeah, wouldn't you like to just be a kid every so often? Yeah, I would, yeah. Could you suck on this right here? Then we'll go on the merry-go-round.
Maybe he didn't with Macaulay. Maybe Macaulay, because he's an actor and famous, was too, like, aware or too, like...
Yeah,
maybe it just, he really... You know, sometimes I'm sure they get vibes off kids, too. He's like, I'm not getting vibes off this one.
This one could be trouble.
Yeah, it could be a little blabbermouth.
You got to assess cuteness to risk factor, the formula. I could go for the uglier kid. He's a lot lower risk.
Yeah, that fat kid will never tell a soul.
He'll be happy about this.
Let's say hi to Eric in Indianapolis. What's up?
Hey guys, I was just wondering what would Opie have done if he had started banging that chick in the bathtub and her arm fell off?
I think I would have had a heart attack.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you just see the arm floating in the tub.
Yes, floating.
Like that MASH episode when Hawkeye has nightmares.
Oh, with the limbs going down the river. Yeah, that was pretty creepy.
It's great.
All right, well, we should take a break, regroup here.
The bathwater going out and the arm slowly spinning over the drain.
Say, wait a minute. Or like you're kissing at one end of the tub and you feel a finger in your ass at the other side of the tub.
What the hell's she doing there?
She's good. What the?
Ben? You?
Ben and I laughed about that for months. For months.
He only laughed because Ben has a big plastic hog. Oh, I forgot to mention, same thing me and Ant did to him. Me and Ope did. We were at the Rolling Stones thing.
I forgot about this.
Ope sitting on one side, I'm sitting on the other side, and we just keep glancing down at Ben's cock.
Oh yeah.
And I'm lifting my sunglasses up and just peering out of the bottom. And just shame-filled Ben just has to keep covering it with his little arms.
Isn't he so ashamed when he covers
it
hilarious.
Up? The best he can do is just call us assholes and then cover up.
You guys are assholes, and he kind of crosses his legs and covers it up with shame.
So self-conscious that he has to hide that delicious gift that God has given him.
It is a fun game, though, I got to tell you.
Oh, he gets so uncomfortable.
It's just fun to embarrass him because he's so easily riled.
Because Norton and I kind of nodded at each other like, all right, it's time. And so we both just slowly move our gaze down to his crotch. And then you could just feel that he's really uncomfortable.
He'll say a few things that don't really amount to any type of words. It just kind of covers it.
Yeah, he's trying to make like a joke and it's not working.
But he knows we're not gay. He knows it's like looking at Stonehenge or some other marvel.
Yeah, you got to look at it just because it's there and it's so huge.
TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
No, I was just saying the reason why she probably started screaming at you at the top of the stairs is because you seen her naked and started laughing. She probably thought it was because of the arm.
You know, I never thought about that, but maybe she thought I finally discovered she had one arm.
Yeah, she probably just thought you were a complete jerk, dude.
It was the weirdest day, man. That was the weirdest night. All right. We should break.
Overgrown G.I. Joe hand giving you a hand job.
With no grip. Every time she moves it, you hear like the thing of plastic and the bracelet.
No gription.
No gription?
No gription.
Is that a word?
No.
Oh.
Anthony,
all right.
We'll go to break with the caulk bit.
Caulk.
This is an old lady, calling like Home Depot or something?
Yeah.
Anthony did a great old lady voice there for us in Boston, and we discovered,
This actually isn't a great voice. It's supposed to be an old Boston woman voice, but it's actually a complete ripoff of Billy West doing Marge Schott.
Wow.
Yeah, why not?
Is it?
I'm willing to fess up. Yeah, it was like Billy West's Marge Schott impression.
All right. And, we discovered that they pronounce a lot of words strangely up there.
Yeah, like caulk would be cock. Say it like cock. So we had a little fun with that whole thing.
Hello, miss. I'm an elderly woman. I just moved here from Boston, Massachusetts. And I have a leaky bathtub.
Uh-huh.
I believe I need caulk to fill in the hole.
You need, pardon me?
I need caulk.
Okay, please hold. Thank you for holding. We will be with you shortly.
Oh?
Yes, I'm in desperate need of caulk. The old caulk just ain't working anymore.
Okay. Over in the paint department, they have GE silicone they got for that.
Is that good caulk?
Sure is.
And that works good in the bathtub?
Sure does.
Could I speak to someone in the paint department?
Sure, hold on one second.
You can come back.
Hello, miss. I need caulk.
You need cork?
No, I need caulk. If I needed caulk, I would have said caulk.
Clark.
Does he supply the caulk?
Can you spell this for me?
C-A-U-L-K. Caulk.
Please hold.
Hello?
Paint department.
Hi, I need caulk.
Huh?
I need caulk.
Clark?
Caulk.
Yeah?
I need caulk. Because I own a house now, and all the caulk in my house is all dried up.
Okay.
I need some brand new caulk. You carry caulk?
You need caulk?
Yes, I need caulk for my bathtub.
What kind? Just, what kind of color are you looking for?
I don't really care. I like white caulk, but I'll take any color. The caulk that's in my house is all dried and cracked. And it's leaky caulk. I need new caulk.
All right. Well, we got all sorts of shapes and varieties here in caulk for you, you know.
All kinds of shapes of caulk?
Oh, yeah. We even have one that's about 2 feet long.
Really, darling?
Giant tube, yeah.
Well, that's a lot of caulk.
Yeah.
I probably could use that much.
Yeah, a lot of people could.
Thank you, sir. You've been very kind.
Also, we have some special guns to attach to the caulk, you know. Get a little more width there.
Caulk gun?
Yep.
Oh, that sounds very exciting. I'll have to come down.
All right, we got plenty for you.
Thank you very much.
And if you don't see anything on the shelf you like, some of our employees have their own that they can give to you.
Their own special brand of caulk?
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful, darling.
We do everything for you here.
Thank you very much, son.
We'll even send someone over to your house sometimes to help you use it.
To help me install the caulk?
Yep, they'll install it for you real nice.
Somebody could help me put the caulk in, really?
That's right.
That's wonderful.
All right, so you have a good day, man.
Thank you, son.
Bye.
Opie really doesn't care about our lives. And I hate you all.
Oh!
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 Ah, you gotta help me. Look, Jerky, I don't need to talk to you.
All right, kids, hold on your hats. 1, 2, 3. Show blows monkey ass. Show blows. Show blows monkey ass. Monkey ass.
Who's the mayor? Who's the mayor?
Dylan.
Who's the mayor?
Detective Johnson.
Who's the mayor?
It's our show, you tool.
I knew this was a scam.
Unbelievable.
I can't go on. Opie and Anthony.
Come on, it's not funny anymore.
Make it stop.
Make it stop.
Opie and Anthony, XM202.
I just did it again. Biting the inside of your mouth.
Oh, my God.
You know what helps with that?
Huh.
You ever have somebody just take their finger and put like a little clear stuff on it?
Rub it in.
Yeah.
Get a good one.
Inside my mouth, lower lip. I bit it last night at dinner, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's, swells up slightly.
Uh-huh.
Now I just keep biting it and biting it all morning long.
Yeah, once it swells up, now it's right in the line of fire there between the teeth.
And then it takes forever to heal.
Everything's got to mesh perfectly.
Sweetie.
You know what I once did? The worst pain I've ever felt, and I've broken bones. I was eating like steak or something with a bone, and I had the bone in my mouth, and I scraped the top of my mouth.
The bone in my mouth.
Yeah, that didn't sound good.
Sure did.
I scraped, way up there, the palate or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
At the top where there's barely any skin before it's bone there, I guess.
Not even skin. What do they call that
I don't
stuff?
know.
Onion paper.
And I scraped whatever skin or tissue there was there right down. I'm assuming to that bone or whatever, the cartilage, whatever it is, Anthony. You would know best. That thing took months to heal, and every sip of water, every bite of food, your mouth gets slightly dry, just excruciating pain.
Yeah, the mouth does take some abuse.
And it wouldn't heal because there was just, it's not like, getting a cut on your arm or something. There's a lot to work with there. There was nothing.
Well, it can't scab either because of the moisture,
Right.
so it's really hard.
It was unbelievable how long that lasted.
I remember when I was a kid, like, you'd go crazy and eat a whole box of Captain Crunch, and the roof of your mouth would just be in tatters. It'd be like this thing just hanging from it, the tattered flesh, because of the abrasiveness of the Captain Crunch. Or you'd burn your mouth.
Yeah, you could sand your floor.
Once you burn your mouth, it's over, too. You get that weird, burnt mouth feeling.
You could definitely sand your floor with Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Just take a handful and...
And I'm not even talking with the milk. You just, out of the box.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You just take fistfuls and start eating it. Oof.
All right. Some quick O&A business. A bunch of new boobs on RateMyWow.com.
Ooh, I haven't checked that out in a while.
According to Steve, another website he's running, RateMyWow.com. And the video of Sandy Kane making Robert Kelly puke from yesterday is up, and it is really, really funny. So if you get a chance, go to OpieAndAnthony.com later today to check that out and other things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question to an opinion.
Yeah.
I was going to go out to dinner with a young lady last night who I've liked for a long time, and in the afternoon she text messages me and says, can't make it, had a relative come in from out of town. Is that a bad sign?
Yeah, that's...
Text message.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign at
Not
all.
even a message, phone call, a
Who
text.
came in?
Sister. Close relative.
Yeah, but see...
I get it, believe me.
Oh, okay.
I know.
I don't have to explain, right?
Hey, look, I'd love to
Like,
sleep, but maybe we can maybe all of us can meet for a drink or dessert or something real quick.
A quote close relative, you know when they're coming in advance. I'm sorry to say.
They don't just drop it.
I don't have a sister or brother that ever just surprises me and says, "Hey, guess what? I'm 2 blocks away."
How you doing?
But if anybody out there wonders why I do what I do, this is why.
Yeah.
Every time you try to be a person, you try to be nice, you try to be... This is what happens. So don't question, be nice, get a nice girl. There are none.
Did you get a nice girl? Settle down.
Get a nice girl every night, Ma.
Wow, a text message, and you were all set. You were probably all showered up.
I know. I was on my way to get my car washed.
Because you were going to pick her up?
Well, it didn't matter. I then drove her. Get the old car, get the old Saturn cleaned.
You're whistling a nice little tune in your head, like all happy. It's spring. The birds are out.
I threw my piss cup away.
What a beautiful day.
Right.
Oh,
that's
awful. Text
message. Oh, I really loathe life.
Yeah.
I just loathe it.
Anthony.
You got to get the hooker, right?
Dude, it's just that's what it is.
Did you get the hooker last night?
Of course I did.
Of course he did. He goes from it's going to be a nice little evening with a real girl.
I'm part of normal society for once.
He's going to be like a real human being for a night, and then it's back to...
And knowing you couldn't just get a regular hooker. It had to be a dirty one, right?
No, it was actually a decent, whatever.
Middle of the road.
Uneventful. Meaningless, forgetting what's going on experience. You can't be nice, man. Honest to God, you can't fucking be a person.
What was not? What were you doing that was nice?
I mean, like, you can't look at somebody nicely. You can't...
He's been working this girl for a little while.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known her for a long time.
You can see it. You can see it on his face. He was thinking that this could be a cool little thing that might, who knows, might lead to something.
Jimmy Robinson had a point.
Nobody likes Jimmy Norton.
I was just so... It's not even upsetting. It's more like it's a confirmation of everything you know.
Yeah.
It's like...
It happens too much to be upsetting. You're too used to it. It's just, here we go again.
And it's not even about getting laid or sex. I'm not talking about that. You
Yeah.
know, it's like this time we just want to go out and be whatever.
No, you were going to go on a real date.
Or just
dinner.
a dinner.
And,
I don't know if it would have been a date or
well,
whatever, but it would have
that's
been
a
a nice
date.
time.
That's a date if you're
You
going
go
to
on
dinner with some
dinner
girl.
with a girl. That's considered a date.
If you're friends with somebody, though, it depends if both people think it's a date. Like, I didn't know if she would consider it that, so I didn't, because she might just be considered, well, this is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You know she got together with her friends, and that's what they decided.
Dude.
Oh,
the easy way to let you down.
I know. I completely know.
Just text message him.
Can I really
say that a family is coming?
I know.
really fast before we forget? We just played our cockpit that we did years ago. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to play the rip-off game, but
Robin.
Danny found some English dude doing the same bit.
Some guy in England came over and
Right.
stole the bit, Robin.
Yeah, he must have listened to our show and then flew back on the Concorde. But I just want to play it just because you can see the difference in the two bits.
All right.
This is really bad.
Hello.
Hello, this is Niall Standish calling.
Hello, sir.
Hello. I was calling because I had some questions about caulk for my bathroom.
Okay, so you're going to want mildew resistant?
Yeah, sounds all right, okay.
Not a real
I'm
English
sure
dude.
you know more about caulk than I do.
Okay.
All right. Now, how big is this caulk?
It is in a 10-ounce tube, and it comes in clear.
Now, does the caulk smell?
It's got kind of an odor to it
Yes.
for about 24 hours.
Oh, and that'll dissipate. Is there a taste to the caulk?
What was the last question?
Is it dangerous? Is it poisonous in case the caulk gets in my mouth or in my eye?
Well, you don't want to get it in your eye because it does have some solvents in it. I mean, it's an acid cure caulk.
So there's many different kinds of caulk, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many different kinds of caulk do you handle?
For around tubs and sinks and stuff like that,
Wherever,
just one.
Wherever.
Well, I have a bunch of caulks that you can, weatherproof your concrete and for expansion joints and stuff like that.
And does the caulk harden or?
No, it doesn't. There's not many caulks that do. You'd have to go with epoxies for it to be real hard.
As far as colors of caulk go, what about colors?
Well, if you get it in tubes, you only have about 8 colors to choose from.
Like
Dark grays to light grays to browns, whites.
you don't have any black caulk.
Yeah,
Now the black caulk, is that bigger?
yeah. But I don't have the black sanitary caulk.
So the black caulk is unsanitary.
Well, it's
Okay,
not.
so just so I have this straight, you handle a lot of different kind of caulk. You carry black caulk and white caulk, and the caulk doesn't get hard, and it's okay to get the caulk in your mouth.
No, you definitely don't want this caulk in your mouth.
Well, speak for yourself, love.
Have a good day, sir.
Ta!
Not bad for what it is. Those things are, consider the one we did was 10 years ago.
Dude, this was on Crank Yankers.
Was it?
That was a Crank Yankers prank call?
Niall Standish.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah.
All right, where were we? Oh, yeah, Jimmy. Why are you laughing, Ben?
He laughs at Jim's misery.
I sent Jim a
sometimes.
text message just to try and be funny.
Oh, I have friends. All right.
Yeah.
I got that. But my phone, it doesn't show up.
What did you
I know it
text
doesn't
him?
say who it is because I remember sending
I
you
don't
one
know why
that
it doesn't.
the night you wanted to get Bono's photo.
I don't know why it doesn't show up as to who's texting me. Maybe I don't have it set properly.
What did it say?
I just said I
friends
friends
in-
I was just fucking with him. But Voss keeps calling me, by the way.
Yeah.
He's like, "Did I do okay?
How
Are you
was
guys
my
still listening?"
appearance?
Yeah. He's like,
He didn't do okay because he was chicken to mention us on the show.
Yeah, why didn't they?
That's
he
right.
said we put him in the most awkward position he's ever been in.
All right.
I doubt that.
Get him on the
exactly. Yeah.
Now we have to get him on because now I want to know why he was in an awkward position. Hey, Corey, what's up?
Not much. How's it going today, guys?
We're doing well.
I was wondering if Jimmy left that girl about 50 messages last night.
I will not be ignored.
Look, I understand if you don't want to see me, but you could be like a real person.
I said, look, this is the Jimster. I mean, I don't really care about you either way. It's I swear to God, no, I don't leave messages. I don't ever.
You're
do
not
that.
all that.
I thought to myself, and it was just a fleeting thought. I'm like, it's her loss, and then I remembered what we talked about. It did hit. That does hit you, though.
When you say it's your loss,
it's not.
It isn't.
But you never vocalize it, but it did hit me for a second. Like, yeah, her loss.
You're thinking, because you start thinking, she could be hanging out with a guy with a good personality. She'll have some fun with Jimmy, and it's her loss if she doesn't want to. Oh, my God, I just said it's her loss.
Yeah, it just hit
So
me.
that
It was gone that fast, and I realized what an ass I am. But it's like, what do you got to do? To you know what? Every time I like a girl, it's like some inaccessible person.
Are you aiming high?
No. I mean, she's a very attractive girl, but
Yeah, no, she's cool, man.
yeah, it's
she's
not
definitely
like,
a cool girl.
It's not like she's some stripper or something who's like got like a million issues with but it's not like that.
And you asked her to just go out to dinner. You said
I know her for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like lately we've been talking more, and just a little bit of stuff. Nothing major, just lately. Like, you know how you kind of sense, like, all right, we're talking more.
Yeah.
And, but, like, when you realize you're the one making all the effort to, like, get together, it's
boy.
like, what the fuck am I doing? Just spend the money. That's what you do.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
But when you asked her, did it sound like she was really into going out with you for a night?
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, who knows? Every time I make a judgment like that, it's wrong. Every time.
Maybe it's not. Maybe you just kind of see things like that. Maybe you're so used to it and thinking you're so, like, not worthy of this type of relationship that all of a sudden, the second something even seems a little off, you go, wow, see, there it goes again.
I know I have that propensity for negative thinking,
Yeah.
but there are times where you got to be dumb not to see it. I'm usually
Yeah.
pretty perceptive with that stuff, and you got to be dumb not to see
Because
it.
this seems like an odd situation. Like, you have been talking with her. You get along well. You've known each other for a while. It doesn't seem like one of those girls that out of the blue that you kind of just asked out, and now she's making an excuse.
I know, but it does seem like somebody who likes me a lot as a person.
Yeah.
And I know she does. And I know it's genuine, but doesn't really know how to go, look, I really would rather not.
Well, liking you as a person includes going out to dinner.
Understandable, but when somebody knows you like them,
Mm-hmm.
then they have a decision to make, like, well, do I want to put myself in a position where it could be uncomfortable, or do I want to avoid it? I can understand that. So I'm not kicking her, like, whatever. I'm just a zilch, and I know it. I mean, that's, you understand? So I can kind of understand her
Did she
position,
say, we'll get together another time, or? Did
No,
just
she's left me a
text and
if you
say?
could have left a message, I would have had a little bit more like, all right, well, that's cool.
How old is she?
Almost 26.
And you had
25?
and you had definite plans with her, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
a few days ago.
man.
That's
I
not
knew it was
just
going to happen though, but I
text
did.
message age,
Was it last
really,
minute?
either.
The text message
Yeah,
or
in the afternoon.
Oh,
It was
that
like
afternoon.
4:50 in
And
the
how far in advance has this been planned?
3 days.
3 days, and then that afternoon.
Yeah, I knew it though, but I knew something was going to happen.
You know.
I just didn't know. Of course, I always do. People are like, you're so negative. No, I'm not. I'm accurate.
Realistic.
Oh, dude, beyond belief. Beyond belief.
Poor little.
That's all right, whatever. I
Jimmy.
deserve it. Every scumbag move I've pulled, no matter what happens to me, I deserve it. But it's still annoying. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't knock her, whatever. She just didn't know how else to get out of it.
Yeah.
But no, it's amazing. I knew it when I made the plans. This won't go.
No.
Absolutely not. It's like when you know Rivera doesn't have it. You
Uh-huh.
watch the Yankees, and you're like, you know what?
They're gonna lose this.
It's 3-1. Not good. No outs. You know there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
People are like, you're just negative. No, I've just seen this many times. And when his fastball, when his breaking ball is not cracking, there's problems. Well, that's the way it is here.
Yeah.
Something's going on with the Yankees, by the way. Ben went to the game yesterday, and there's like Japanese billboards and stuff.
Oh, the Japs love him.
Japanese writing right on the right field fence there.
Come on.
It's really strange.
You love it.
Matsui Arabu, it's just
They're just following him like crazy, and the stadium is filled with
and
those fine folks.
The stadium, the stadium knows it because they're selling ad space.
Yeah,
that's in
Japanese.
Japanese,
Good.
yeah.
All right, I guess we should play a couple Psycho Ex-Girlfriend calls today.
Yep.
This would be a good segue. Where did we leave the Psycho Ex-Girlfriend, Anthony? This
Oh,
is
my
like an
God.
ongoing soap opera. I guess we left with her pretty much saying she's done. Remember,
Yeah.
she's definitely
That
going to
was it.
move. This is the last time you're going to hear from me.
Yeah,
I'm going back to Allentown. I'm done. That's it. You
had
don't
it
have to
with
worry
you.
about me anymore.
That's it. I'm done.
It's over.
Your loss, pretty much.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, it's a shorty. This is where we left off yesterday, just to bring everyone up to speed.
Sage message, Wednesday, February 7th, 10:42 p.m. Okay, well, it's done.
voicemails I've left you. I called you I don't know how many times again tonight. And, well, I guess that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I'm going back, so I just thought I'd fill you in. Well, you have a good life, and I guess I'll catch you in the next one, maybe. Bye.
Oh, that's right. Okay, have a good life, and they're going to meet maybe in another life. That's right. Okay, so it's obviously over, right, Anthony?
Yeah. Quickly to go back for a second though, we actually have we had a microphone in the Saturn.
What?
And yeah, we had a microphone in Jimmy's car after he got the text message.
I'm a fucking idiot. 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 Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot.
Wow, Jimmy, you sounded a little upset.
I don't know what happened. I'm like, do you want to text me on the phone?
Let's calm you down a little bit.
Can I text you?
Can I calm him down, Anthony?
Yeah. Oh, this will make him feel better.
See, everything's okay now, Jimmy.
You don't have to be sad.
That's life. Plans change.
Look, he's bobbing his head. Everything's okay now. Oh, we got Jimmy back.
It's all right. It's all good.
The song just makes him happy.
Life is what happens when you're making other plans. Get over here, you.
There you go. That's all it takes. You all right now, Jimmy?
It's only good while the music's on.
Oh, sorry.
There we are. You come and go.
But mostly go.
Couldn't even pick up the phone like a decent fucking human being. I think it's almost 10 years. I truly am shit.
There you go. Well, one of your girlfriends is on the line here. Rich Voss.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? Why didn't you mention us on that show?
Yeah.
I was mentioning you, and I thought we were on air and we were on break. I was talking about you guys.
You didn't know that thought you were on air.
You've been doing radio a long time. You know when you're on the air and off the air.
First of all, let me tell you something. I mention you guys everywhere, okay? I've been kicked out of studios for mentioning these jackasses.
You didn't mention us today.
That's right.
And I mentioned Norton.
Yeah, we heard that. You mentioned my blood.
No, but I said how funny you guys are, how all the guys I hang out with are funny guys. All my friends, I go, they're creeps and zeros, but they're all funny. And I mentioned Norton and Patrice. All right, and I was talking about you guys, and maybe it was during break.
Maybe you know that they were on break.
I always talk about you guys, and I did when I first got in there. I hate to tell you, you're wrong again. When I first got in there, before you guys tapped in, to listen to me killing and bump up your.
Yeah.
All right, so Psycho Ex-Girlfriend, Anthony.
Yeah.
Let's get a new one on the air here today.
Sage message, Wednesday, February 7th, 10:46 p.m.
Oh, and in the meantime, actually, I probably have a date tomorrow night. Ooh. So, you don't need to call me because you obviously don't give a shit about me anymore. But I just thought I'd fill you in and let you know that I have a date tomorrow night with that other guy. He's been anxious to see me. Ugh. And he called again, by the way. And this time he got me on my cell phone. And he got me. And I told him I couldn't talk. I called him back. And I guess we're going out tomorrow night. So it's a good way to end my stay in Dallas. At least I'll have some good memories. And, at least I'll end it with someone who actually wanted to see me. Imagine that. I'm ill. Interesting, huh? Oh, and you know what? You do need to lose a few pounds.
Oh. little jab.
She's
little
fighting
jab.
back now.
She's getting spunky.
And can I tell you, there's nothing worse than, first of all, when someone tries to manipulate you, but someone who's as awful at manipulation as she is, she's just terrible at it. Yeah. I might see this other guy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm going to go. Yep. Going to see another guy. Get some happy memories.
Don't turn around and look right now. God, how old are you? That never works.
Hey, am I back? Listen to me. I did mention you guys during the first break when I first got in there.
Yeah.
So that's where you're wrong. And don't ever think you could say I'm not loyal. You could say I slobber, I screw up words, and I'm stupid. All right, I'll go with those. But when it comes to loyalty, Rich Voss is number one.
Oh, it's so mean to Rich.
Rich, don't call back. Don't do it to yourself.
Just don't.
We all know that already. He doesn't have to say that.
Yeah.
He knows that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boss is a good friend. He shows up for dinner.
Hello?
I think we got cut off.
Yeah, you think that.
God, these damn cell phones.
Yeah, they're the worst, aren't they?
They are horrible. Well, listen, you had to see his face. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I walked out, it was almost like
You metal shop?
What's that?
What's going on? Where are you? A metal shop?
No, someone's fixing my teeth.
That's very good.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, we all know that. Let's relax. All right, go ahead, Rich.
I can't explain the face. It was almost like, you're out with a girl on a date, but she knows she's not as good as the other girl.
Yeah.
And the other girl walks in.
Yeah.
That was the kind of face. He was like, because I walked out of the studio and I was talking to you guys. And then he said to me, can you hear me?
Yeah.
He goes, hey, what's going on? I go, hey, look, they're the breadwinners. I got to talk to them first.
And to answer your question, you know what it's like when you're out on a date? Nah, not really.
Come on, you do it. You do all it. Don't act like you don't.
No, he got stood up last night.
Not stood up now, but
all right, I'm sorry.
Second to it.
Yeah.
What happened? She worked things out with her father yesterday afternoon?
What's that?
She worked things out with her father yesterday afternoon. I don't have to get even with anybody. Sorry, Tim. You know how bad that is when a hooker stands you up?
No, the hooker came through, as they always do and will.
Well, who stood you up? Do I know her?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, please, you're doing all right. Once that show comes out...
Yeah, that's it.
That's right. Go from 2s to 4s. I'm telling you. You're going to do all right.
Dude, look, I don't even care. I had to prepare for my reading with Chaz today. I'm just saying that other stuff was happening.
And by Chaz, you mean...
Oh, Palminteri.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, just got to go there.
Oh, cool. For a movie or for the show?
No, it's just for Dub Davidoff as a thing with him, and I'm just reading, but it's not an audition. There are parts I'm not right for, and I know it.
Why? It's not for a blubbery nobody?
No, it's not for a blubbery nobody. It's for an older comic, like an old vaudeville guy. It's just a read. Table reads are not auditions. They're different things.
Well, how does Dub have anything to do with it?
He's got a show with him or something.
Oh, cool. That's cool. So, dude, who cares? You got a show on HBO. You're on fire. I was saying that the other night.
Yeah.
You're on fire.
Does a lot of good.
All right, Rich, give the plug. We got to move on here.
I don't have any plugs yet.
No, you can plug. You're down there in Baltimore, right?
Yeah, I'm at the Improv, and I'll see you guys next week. But
bye, sweetie.
You know what we're doing when you come in next week?
Yeah, I think we're going over trashing you guys on the radio. Your first.
Yeah, I got a copy of the first radio show Anthony and I did together, and you and Norton are going to just listen in and smash us good.
Why do you got to do that? Why don't you just do last week's radio show? I'm sure we could smash that. That was kind of good. I got to go. Bye.
What's I got to go? Bye.
Rich Voss, everyone. All right, here's another call from the psycho ex-girlfriend, Anthony.
Saved message, Wednesday, February 7th, 10:50 p.m.
Oh, and by the way, since I'm probably going to be moving back, I'm not going to be needing a cell phone. And that actually works out perfect for me because you know what? I got a cell phone. Part of my deal in signing it was learning how to use it, which was what was promised to me by their trustee account executive, which I didn't get. And you know what? I don't care if they think I'm fucking crazy, but I don't even have a copy of the contract. And you know what? On top of it, someone sold me something and told me they'd teach me how to use it, and they didn't. And they were too busy boozing it up in the bars tonight. So, I really don't want to have to call
Mr. Bird. Mr. Jackass.
But I got the numbers here. And I'd rather just have you end this amicably and cancel my contract and make sure I'm not billed with any charges. I'm not going to be here anyway. And you know what? You could stick the knife in and turn it and try to screw me, which I'm sure you will. But I will fight it, and I will make it to the point where you'll wish you didn't fight it. Trust me, because I'm good at these things. And again, I was promised service, okay? That's the only reason I signed the contract. And yes, you know what? I was your girlfriend, and that's why I did sign the contract. And you know what? It was a pretty good deal. But part of the deal was learning how to use a fucking phone, which I don't understand. I don't want to have to learn out of a manual and, take 4 hours out of my day to figure it out and test it. And you couldn't even figure it out last night. I don't even know what my fucking password is from my voicemail. I got a voicemail in there, and I don't know how to access my voicemail, okay? So the service that I was promised was not delivered. And I don't care if you were my fucking boyfriend or not. It wasn't delivered. I don't even have a fucking copy of the contract, okay? So, you know what? Stick the knife in, turn it, screw me for $200 if you feel comfortable doing that. But I will fight it down to the wire. And I will make people know that you were too busy boozing it up in the bars to teach me how to do it. And you didn't give a shit. I've been asking you for days to show me how to do that. And it's not a lie. So, there you have it. Goodbye.
Wow.
I feel better, by the way.
Why?
I know what happened.
Huh.
She text messaged me because she didn't know how to use her cell phone.
See?
It was a contractual
It could happen.
thing. Not that I'm a loser piece of shit.
It could happen.
Contractual.
Mm-hmm.
You were boozing it up in the bars, mister.
Boozing it up.
That's like one of those awful general threats. I'll tell the authorities.
The authorities.
I'll go to your superior.
Yeah.
Will you?
She doesn't know how to use her cell phone. That's whatever.
Like the boyfriend's like gonna hear this and go, "Oh my God, she's right. She doesn't have the contract. She's gonna call Mr. Marshall."
Mr. Marshall.
Right.
Hamna.
We'll play one more.
Sage message. Wednesday, February 7th, 10:54 p.m.
And by the way, if you don't think I'm gonna call
Mr. Jackass.
first, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, they put those in.
Yeah, for legal reasons because I don't know.
Yeah.
That could have been a problem.
Oh, that's a name cover, like the Jerky Boys. When
Yeah,
they were...
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Bird.
Seems like he's worthless anyway. I will call him, and I've given you every opportunity to call me back. You've ignored countless voicemails that I've given you. Countless. And you know what? You don't give a shit about me. Obviously. To the point where I hurt myself tonight. I was crying my eyes out. I told you that I needed a friend. I told you that I needed someone, and I was going to call my mother, and you completely avoided that. And you know what? You don't give a flying shit about me. It's pretty damn evident. So you know what? Buckle up, sweetheart, because you're in for a ride. And if you don't think that I'll do it, trust me, I will.
She's calm today.
I love the fact that he recorded this dumb bitch and put her on the internet. I really love this guy. I love him. Because you have to, I'm sure women have to deal with this too, but when you have to deal with some self-obsessed scumbag ex who's just going to pester you and annoy you, you should humiliate them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Sage message. Wednesday, February 7th, 10:56 p.m.
I just still feel the need to tell you that you are just a worthless fucking piece of crap that I've wasted my life on for 6 months, and I believed in.
For 6 months?
6 months
This is a 6 month relationship?
Wow.
What a kook. I wasted my life on for 6 months.
6 months, and she's lost her mind.
She met when we went back on the air.
Yeah.
And she's this nuts already.
Yeah.
Wow.
That you would be there for me no matter what. Oh, yeah, Joe, I love you. I'll be there. I'll do anything for you. Well, fuck you. Because you know what? You haven't done shit for me. And you know what? I hope you're fucking happy the way everything worked out. And I hope you fucking saved every fucking voicemail that you ever got from me. Because you know what? I do fucking hate you. And you fucking tortured me. You fucking tortured me. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Wow.
To replay this message.
Now it's getting good. We need another one. The next one's long, though. Should we end with one? We'll do one more here.
Okay.
One more.
All right, because we got John's here. John Cena. Cena? John Cena? WWE Cena. Sorry, John Cena. He's the champion, Anthony. We're going to talk to him in a few minutes here.
Sage message. Wednesday, February 7th, 11:05 p.m.
Good, you're checking all my voicemails right now. Well, check this one. You know, in a final thought before I'm out of here Friday, I wanted to tell you that, Mary and Terry was much more get rid of him. Mary was like, well, you know what, he's a good guy. You know, he probably didn't mean much by it, but if he does it again, don't even go there. And you know what? She was talking about hurting me. And you know what? You hurt me physically that night, which was crossing the line. And you expect me to be the perfect girlfriend. You pushed me to the point where I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. And that certainly put up the flags, didn't it? But, after that, I'm supposed to be loving and understanding. And that was even after you broke all the promises that you made to me. So, here we are again. And you hurt me emotionally more than anyone has ever done in my entire life. I just want you to know that. So you've definitely achieved something, big boy. You've hurt me more than anybody ever has. And you know what? You were the one person that I thought would be there for me. Because, let me tell you, you're not the easiest person to get along with either yourself. And I stuck it out with you to the very end, telling you that I wanted to be with you and I wanted to work it out. When you know what? Life sucked. And you tortured me. And you knew all my insecurities and all my weaknesses, and you play on them to the point where you went out for drinks tonight. You don't call me back. You don't return my messages. When I'm telling you how desperate I am and how I need someone, you ignore me. And you know what? Being ignored is probably the worst thing that you could do to anybody. So, yeah, you hurt me again. And it's probably not fixable at this point. And I know you probably don't care and you don't give a shit about me, but I just want to say that I really had faith in you. And I really, really thought you cared about me. And I guess I'm calling you like a mad woman because I really thought that you did. And I find it amazing that you don't. You care so little. And you are the only person I had here, and you are the only reason that I stayed here through all this grief and all this trouble and all of my aloneness. And you know what? You capitalized on that when we fought up until the very end. And I'm out of here. So I just hope that you are happy getting rid of me. And you might be tonight, but you know what? I hope in the long run, down the road, as weeks and months go by, I hope you're happy with that. Because you know what? I did everything I could. I've called you 1 million times. Not just tonight, but every time this has happened. And there's not much more that a human being can do. And it's fucking sad. I should have never. I don't even know why I would think to put my trust in you or someone like you. And you are a miserable piece of shit in my world, and that's all you've done for me right now is make me bitter and make me upset, and you've tortured me. So you carry on with that, okay? When you check this message, I'm sure you'll still be feeling good and proud. So I just hope that's what you wanted, because that's what you got.
That's it. That's
to
it.
replay this.
This is number 22. This bitch left 28 more of these.
28.
We're not even halfway there.
28 more.
You gotta love her.
Babbling, psycho. Oh.
Did anybody ever find out who this guy is or who she is?
There's been stories all over the internet about this.
Yeah, one. Well, she names him there.
Matt. Her name is Joe of some sort, and they're from Dallas.
Yeah.
Matt and Joe.
Some guy emailed me and said he knew the guy Matt and that he was a real dirtbag. And I deleted his email by accident. So if that guy's listening, if he could resend that. Yeah. He swears he has all sorts of info on the guy.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, and then other people say it was a hoax.
Right.
But I've checked into the whole thing, too. You get some people going, oh, it's been exposed as a hoax. There's one guy that said it was a hoax. One guy who has this thing on, well, you look at his name and the domain name registration has a fake street address and phone number. Everybody that has a website doesn't put their real address or phone number in there. You put any street, USA, and then you don't put a real contact number, so you don't have fucking lunatics calling you.
Yeah, who cares
but people
who
are like,
posted it?
oh, it's been exposed as a hoax. No, it hasn't. There's one guy that claimed that he did all this investigating and said it was a hoax. But the guy never came forward and said it was a hoax. The calls, if you ask me, are much too realistic.
No
Girl
one
would need an Academy Award.
Yes.
You could tell when it's like it has that phony sound to it.
Because she
So
went too
shut
far
up.
on the phone. She didn't nothing. It was like all about the phone. That's the type of shit you do when you really want to slice your own throat. If she's an Oscar winner maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it's Meryl Streep.
There you go.
Doris from Virginia, what's up? Doris? Hello, you?
Hello?
Modern name.
Psycho girlfriend story from Virginia. Maybe
Doris.
Maybe the name is wrong.
I'm going out with Doris tonight.
Everyone that's on hold, say hi.
Doesn't sound like any connection
No,
there.
no
or anything.
connection.
That is weird. Maybe
I
the
don't
phones
hear
are
any.
messed up.
Are they?
Let's give it another shot.
Viola?
Viola.
Viola and Doris?
Where the hell are we broadcasting to? What's up?
Hey, you're broadcasting to somebody that lives in Oklahoma that drives a truck.
Oh, right
All I
on.
wanted to say was the guy that had to listen to all these voice messages was probably just hearing blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what most guys hear.
Well, you're not going to listen to that psychobabble stuff
No.
for too long.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm punching out.
All right, thank you. All right, we should take a break. John Cena's here from the WWE. Anthony's going to make his entrance in a few minutes here.
Right.
I guess TV is filming this.
What, do they got cameras and stuff?
Yeah, the WWE film crew is here.
Okay.
So we'll talk to John Cena next.
Oh, the virus is out.
Tell your friends.
He's infected.
That's right, Opie.
Shut your mouth.
I love the homoerotic nature of the whole event.
The virus made my genitals rot off.
Whoa, dude, don't come near me.
We're your celebrity skin cancer connection.
And it was better than my first kiss.
Laugh until your innards spill out on the chair.
Anthony Show.
Everybody's going to the party, have a real good time. Dancing in the desert, blowing up the sunshine.
Nice. Hey, Opie had to go pee-pee.
Let me try it.
Did he wet? Go ahead.
System of a Down. Opie and Anthony program.
Very good, Jimmy.
Is that good?
Very good.
I'm good with stuff like that.
Yeah?
Wow.
Like that. You're like back-sold the
Here's how I bring it back. You
intro.
turn that up a little bit. Here's how I bring it back in.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on the air again.
That's a good one.
That's how I would do it.
You're very good at this.
I'm not smooth with the radio stuff. Okay, we're not quiet anymore. Here we are.
What is this, a wet T-shirt contest going on Regis?
Ooh.
I got Kelly being doused with water. Holy shit.
Yeah, but you know she's wearing some stupid sports bra with things over the
that's
nips.
pretty thick.
I was just about to say that. You're right.
Nippleless idiot she is. Who's
Oh.
that, Kelly Kane?
It's so frustrating. You got to get a key to go to the bathroom around here.
Who's stealing logs?
And all of a sudden,
you.
If there's,
Yeah, besides me.
if there's a key not around, then you have to wait outside. It's so stupid.
Well, Poe's
It's
got
a
the remote
bathroom.
control. So
Why do you need
let
keys to go to the
in
bathroom in any office facility?
They don't want
it's
the
so-
riffraff coming from downstairs from the street. Oh, that's right. They have to pass like 3 guards before they could even get up here.
Who's going to know to come from the street, hey, let's go to that fancy piano building and take a shit on the 5th floor?
George Costanza would know.
Besides him.
You would laugh. There was a fan in the men's room yesterday. There was a guy. I went in the men's room. There was a guy in our men's room.
Oh, he's looking for Jimmy.
I heard like a drill noise, and a little hole popped in.
Then a mouth.
Little eyeball. Hello.
The reason for it.
Anytime.
The reason for it in New York is because of women getting attacked in the bathroom. Didn't that happen in the 70s or something? It was
We're
like
in
a
the
big thing.
70s?
Yeah.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was in
Park
the Pete booth in Jersey and I'm whacking my bag and there's a hole in it and I didn't notice and I heard psst, and I saw a pink tongue and black lips like sliding. It was so dark and it was awful.
Perhaps you'd enjoy the Black Rock Coalition. Oh man.
So I don't know if the keys are missing, it becomes a problem around here.
Yeah, it really irritates me.
Should we get John Cena in here or what? He's been waiting out there. He's the
WWE.
The WWE champion on SmackDown, Anthony.
The champ. I haven't been keeping
that's
tabs.
what we have to talk about. That we don't keep tabs on the wrestling these days.
He's the champion.
Who was the champ before him?
Some other guy.
The champion.
John Cena, everyone.
Guys, what's up? How's
What's
it
happening
going?
there?
I'm a Mets fan. All right.
Look at the belt. Very cool. Check that out. What's up, man?
Right.
Wow.
That is cool. Hey, bro.
Wow.
Nice to meet you. That's Jim Norton. Got the film crew in here. Anthony's checking out the belt.
Spins around.
They really fancy that thing up, huh? Wow. We've seen the belt over the years, but that's a nice version of it.
Get the hammers and pliers. We'll pry the jewels out of it. Try to sell them.
How much is that really worth?
Moron.
Wait, talking to the mic there.
Like my kids.
It's the most expensive belt in WWE history.
Really?
Yeah, and I know each one of them costs a lot to make, but it's the most expensive one in the history.
What is it? It's got to run.
That's pretty cool. Check that out.
It's got to run a couple $100 easily.
A couple $100.
Wow, that's cool. You need like a waist to wear it though. Jimmy, check this out.
I like when you guys like smash it in someone's face.
It's also a good weapon. It's heavy too.
Pretty good.
It's heavy, so
it is heavy.
Knock somebody out.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
So
what
guys,
do you think,
what's going
Jimmy?
on? What's up? What's good?
Hanging,
Look, Jimmy has to get a picture with the belt.
Very nice.
Moseying through another day here.
Trying to just make it through today.
Met fan though? Yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm actually a Red Sox fan. Yet I'm wearing a 1986 Dwight Gooden jersey.
Why?
Are you insane?
I can't wear a Yankees jersey. I can't.
So whatever city you're in, you gotta try to wear the city's uniform.
Oh, okay.
But it can't be a Yankee
Can't be a
because
Yankees
you're a Sox fan.
I'm a Sox fan.
You're a real Sox fan or one from this year?
No, I'm a real Sox fan.
You're from the Boston area, right?
I'm right outside of Boston. It's a town called West Newbury.
Yeah.
God.
Well, we used to be up there doing a little something. We worked at WAAF.
Hated it for real.
Oh, it was not just because Boston won, but because the Yankees so sucked and choked and just
the Yankees,
awful.
all 26 World Championships, 39 pennants. But when you look in the record book about the only team to ever lose after being up 3-0 in a series, the mighty Pinstripes.
It made me very happy.
It did.
Oh, stop it!
It made me very happy.
Stop it!
I'm a Mets fan first.
Bandwagon jumper.
No, I'm a Mets fan first, and then Sox before Yankees.
I can't stand it because now everyone you see has got a B on their hat.
They're
all
the underdog, man.
So many now. There's so many bandwagon jumpers.
You're right. But I was watching '86, so.
Yeah,
you can be easy over there as a Mets fan.
It's fun. I'm surprised you would see the Sox fans are insane that they will never wear a Yankee jersey, yet they put on a Mets jersey.
I put on a Doc Gooden jersey. I mean, I'm
completely embarrassed. Aside from this Yankee choke, that's the biggest choke
You're
ever.
right. You're right.
Yeah, but now it's okay,
It is.
Yeah, now it's like
we can all remember and laugh about it.
They don't even care about it.
Oh, they can laugh about it now.
You took my heart. That was great.
Now Billy Buckner's a hero. They don't care about Billy Buckner anymore.
It's all good now. We got the ring. It's all good.
That movie though, Fever Pitch, was.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's awful.
It is awful.
It stinks.
I heard about it, and I heard they were doing the stuff in Fenway, and I
What wrecked the movie, the Sox weren't supposed to win the championship.
Yeah, of course.
So then they win the damn thing, so they have to redo the ending of the movie. And I don't know, it was awful. I was hoping for a pretty good movie, being from Boston and all that, or doing some time up there.
Hoping for a good movie. That had chick flick written all over it.
Well, it was a date movie, huh?
Yeah. Fallon's like a Sox guy. He's not bad. Like, he's been a Boston supporter, and I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard that it's.
No, here's the weird thing with Jimmy Fallon, because he does the great Boston accent on SNL when he was doing that, right? He starts with the good Boston accent in Fever Pitch, and then just says, screw it, and just, talks normally.
Halfway through the movie, just drops.
Not even. It's like after the first scene or two. I'm like, what are you doing? You do that accent pretty well.
I will not see that.
No.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about the champ.
Let's
talk
champ. Let's talk something about
We've kind of, lost touch.
it's time for re-education, guys. There's a lot going on.
Well, I got to tell you, yes, slowly but surely we're getting reintroduced to wrestling. We're getting hooked again, John.
We used to have all the guys on the show back in NEW before we got the boot.
Before
we got booted off the air for a couple of years. And then during that 2 years, we really kind of lost touch.
Why don't we let him in on a few things? Triple H, before he got married, used to come into our show and spank chicks.
Spank chicks
all the time.
So red, didn't
their ass
God.
Our show was legendary for some of these guys.
Man.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Had the Rock
The Dudley
on.
Boys.
Dudleys.
I heard the Dudley Boys were your first guest, weren't they?
No, I don't.
First WWE guest?
Nah. I think we got a real sap the first time. I think we got a real nobody.
Oh, man, it was bad. Sorry.
Maybe we got the Brooklyn Brawler.
Oh, man.
Wow, old school.
Yeah. That guy. It's like, okay, why you even bring
And then one time I got choked out by Stevie Richards in Boston at the River Rave. For real. The video was up on our websites for a long time.
Wow.
He messed me up pretty good.
I tried
I was
to
a wise
help
ass.
out Opie, and he swatted me like I was just
got you
a
out of
fly.
there. Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
And, we had, who brought us our tickets to WrestleMania when it was in Anaheim?
Ivory. Was it Ivory? Yeah, Ivory.
Wow, yeah.
So we've had the guys on, and then, I don't know, something happened somewhere, and we just lost interest.
We got thrown off the air.
Oh, was that what happened, I guess?
Yeah.
And then lately, though, we're getting back into it. We're slowly but surely getting the guys back in. Triple H has been on, and a few of the other guys.
Now, whose ass did you hand to them?
John Bradshaw Layfield and his whole contingent. He runs around with a whole group called the Cabinet. And,
the Cabinet.
I've been serving them all for a couple months now, and we have a big giant end all be all I quit match on May 22nd.
Really?
To pretty much decide not only who is the champ, but who pretty much quits and who doesn't.
But I really want to see the guy quit.
Oh, trust me. I'm gonna make something happen.
There's always some kind of loophole.
You know what? And they always find the red tape in the contract. They always somehow come back.
I want to see where the guy actually quits, and that's it.
And that's it.
He's done.
Forget about it.
That's
you
it.
quit,
Over.
you're over with.
He has to go get a regular job, and then the crew follows him around and laughs at him because he lost his great opportunity.
Do you get along with the McMahon family?
I think they're great. Honestly, I think they're great. Vince is a great guy. Steph is unbelievable as far as the function of our program. Shane has got more energy than I've ever seen out of one human being in my life. But Vince is a real cool dude.
What about the son-in-law? You get along with?
Hey man, he's on a different show. I never even see him. I'm on SmackDown. He's on Raw, so we never kind of cross paths.
Really?
Yeah.
Never kind of see each other.
Honestly, we see each other at pay-per-views and every once in a while in passing. And it's been nothing but good so far.
Yeah.
So I'm all good, I guess. I don't know if I'm a marked man or whatever, but it's all good so far.
And you did the white wrap thing, right?
Yeah, man, that's what we're doing.
The white wrap thing.
Well, what else do you call it?
Well, I mean, it is
Why
what it is.
can't it just be the wrap thing?
Exactly. You know,
Why do you have to put people in categories?
Because immediately you see it, and it's like, okay, sticking out like a sore thumb.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's what I do.
You've done it for years, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things where after WWE introduced me, they introduced me as a smiling, white meat, baby face, smile to the people type of guy.
Yeah.
And I just grew up with hip-hop. Like, this is how I dress, this is how I act, this is what I do. So after they got to know me and after they familiarized themselves, they were just like, hey, you want to try this on TV? And it was a total joke at first. Like, I mean, huge costumes, and it was, like, way over the top. But every time I got the mic, I did my own little thing. And after a while, they were like, okay, you can start dressing how you want. You can start acting how you want. And, it kind of snowballed, and now we're doing big things, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Performing a lot around the country.
Yeah, I mean, WWE, 250 shows a year, doesn't ever stop, 52 weeks, no reruns.
Right.
So we're on a whirlwind
tour.
tour.
Jericho's got his thing going.
Yeah, but the thing with Jericho's is Fozzy has been out for a while.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of music that the people are familiar with.
Yep.
This is the CD You Can't See Me, which dropped 2 days ago. The people got to get familiar to the music. I mean, the touring options are all there. They're all set up because of the machine. That's what we do. We tour.
Yeah, sure.
But I want people to get familiar with the music, and I want there to be a demand for it. Yeah, I'm not going to just go out on stage and people are like, that's kind of hot, but what song is that? I want them to, to be amped for performance just like a WWE show.
Yeah.
And just bring that same energy in there.
Sing about bitches.
Sing about bitches and house.
Singing about bitches.
Bitches and house.
Little gangster.
Well, the phones have exploded. Let's say hi to some people here. We'll start with Mike. Mike, what's going on, man?
Hey, I just wanted to tell John, we were in White Plains with my 3 boys this weekend, and I got to tell you, what you did with that kid at the end, giving him the belt and all, man, that was awesome.
Oh, thanks a bunch, man. That was over at Westchester County, right?
Yeah, White Plains, and You know, and I got to tell you, my kids got me into it because I used to watch wrestling when I was a little kid, and then my boys got me into it, and now I'm hooked.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming back. And it's one of those things where you can share with the family. I mean, we entertain for all demographics, but you know, it's a program that you can bring everybody to, as you saw and as you know about. You went to the White Plains show. It's one of those things where everybody leaves entertained.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, you know, my wife comes and my daughter, and we have such a good time. And it's just, and I'll tell you, you're a very good influence on the kids. Because no, I'll tell you, he is. And I'll tell you
hate
why,
influences on kids.
No, you know what? Look,
Ain't no Jesus juice over here, man. We're just doing positive things, you know. We're just doing positive things.
Look, man, it's a positive thing because the kids, you know, they want to look like them, you know, they want to be muscular like them, you know. And
I like the flashing geriatric women. And nudity. Now those were the days.
When what's her name gave birth to a hand, I was there, man.
Hey, listen, they also love the divas too, man. I'm always like, bring out the broads.
Yeah, we got a little. Like I said, we got a little something for everybody. But dude,
absolutely,
I appreciate you jumping back on board, and I'm glad you had a good time in White Plains. So thanks for the love, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Blake in Jersey. Blake, what's up?
What's going on? Hey, John, big fan.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
My girlfriend loves you, by the way. And
I'm not in any trouble for that, right? I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You're
all right,
good.
cool.
Dude, swallow. Yeah, relax.
Sorry, I got a little nervous here. I wanted to ask you, this past week we were watching SmackDown, and we wanted to know what was up with the awful 80s music video you did for Bad Bad Man.
Well, bro, I mean, there's some people that live in the 80s, there's some people that don't. What we had to do was, hip-hop videos are hip-hop videos, man. Everybody, like, hip-hop, the video scene is in, like, a little funk, you know what I'm saying? So we just wanted to come with something entertaining, and it's supposed to be outlandishly cheesy. It's supposed to be over the top. It's supposed to be that stock footage explosions, close range shootouts where nobody's dying.
Gary Coleman.
Good guys, bad guys, Gary Coleman. You know, that's what it's supposed to be about. So we wanted to just do something different because I'm tired of big rims. I'm tired of expensive champagne. I'm tired of, you know, thugs and all that. That's the funk that videos have been in. So we just tried to do something a little different, throw a little different flavor at you.
You worked with Mr. T, right?
I worked with Bumpy Knuckles, who was Mr. T.
Oh, you were playing Mr. T?
He was playing Mr. T.
I'm looking at the video thinking it's actually
Thinking
Mr.
it's actually T, and that's how good
I know
it is,
I'm
man.
up really good, yeah.
Wow, you did a great job with that.
Just in case they don't know, in studio with us is Freddie Fox, a.k.a. Bumpy Knuckles, and Trademark, who's also on the album You Can't See Me, which is out as of yesterday.
Wow, I think
I'll punch it out.
All right, thank you. They're going to take over the show, Anthony.
The A-Team van.
Yeah,
wow,
with the van and everything.
They really made you up like Mr. T.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yep. That's what's up.
That's pretty close. Now I can tell it's not Mr. T, but at first glance you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Eric in Connecticut, what's up?
Yo, what's up, John? It's your boy Eric.
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? I'm that tall kid from Hartford, Connecticut. You remember me?
Oh, first row every show, homie. How you doing?
Yeah, bro. What's up?
You got stalkers too?
Well, you know, he's a very strapping young lad.
Oh.
Follows me around. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We actually did a ticket giveaway over at the Danbury Thrashers hockey game.
Yeah.
And I made him sing in front of the whole audience, and he made a fool out of himself. So we got him over there.
Green eggs and ham.
Yeah. But he's been doing big things, man. He supports the product, so it's good to see him out there.
Very cool.
Man, I just wanted to tell you the album is off the hook. It's off the chain, man.
Thank you very much, man.
I can't wait to see you come out on the tour.
Oh, dude, I'm just waiting to let the CD breathe for a little bit, and then we'll be out. So good luck on that, man. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Tim the Trucker. Tim, what's up?
Oh, not much. How you going, O&A?
All right.
And Little Jimmy?
Hi, Tim.
Say, I want to say that, John, I think you're one of the best wrestlers out there. I watched wrestling for years, and I just would like to see you whip JBL's ass in that I Quit match.
He will be screaming I quit, barring all the loopholes. I'm sure he will find some sort of dastardly loophole to come back, but he will be screaming I quit, I guarantee
I'm rooting for JBL.
Yeah, somebody's got to root for the other guy.
What, that redneck? Nah. He has to go
Jimmy
down.
the Trucker, by the way, calling JBL a redneck.
JBL is he's good with the stocks, right?
Yeah, he's have more money now type of guy.
Well, we're eating it on this one stock, and I think we need JBL on the show to help us out with that situation, Anthony.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, yeah, he's a good guy, wrestling and stuff, but what he said out there when you guys were overseas visiting the troops for Christmas, and the Big Show came out there and says, hey, you think all these people are out here rooting for you? No. You guys are out there supporting the troops, and I think you guys do a hell of a good job out there supporting our troops out there, and I give you 100% on that.
Thank you very much, my man. I appreciate that.
So you guys keep it rocking. I'm punching out.
All right, let's go to Jake in New York. Jake, what's up?
Hey, what's up, O&A? What's up, Cena?
Hey, what's up, man?
That was just a...
That was a classic delay. I was stuck
I didn't
in
know you
traffic
wanted
for-
an answer. Well, not much today there.
Longtime fan of both you guys. And I was just wondering, what's up with the censorship with the Ruck Fools? You can't wear that stupid T-shirt on UPN.
Dude, here's something I came up with. I was actually watching the campaign program during the election, and I saw a sweet sign that said Buck Fush. I was like, yeah, that's kind of hot. So I came out with a whole line of clothing, hats and shirts that say Ruck Fools. And it doesn't say anything bad. It is what you make of it.
Right.
But UPN is the program we aired on, and they hated on it. I couldn't wear the hats. It always got blurred. I couldn't do anything like that.
Really?
So it was something I was really about because, I mean, I thought it was catchy. I thought it was cool. It looked pretty good. But it ended up getting nipped in the bud, and now they won't let me wear my own stuff on TV. UPN.
Yeah.
That's UPN.
They've
big,
gone...
a big thumbs down to the censorship thing.
They've gone too far, man.
They've gone too far.
Everyone freaked out with the Janet Jackson.
Oh my God,
thing.
I got killed. Usually I'm on the mic talking trash. I can't even speak anymore. Yeah.
And now back in the older days, you used to be able to get away with a lot on mic.
Give birth
man.
to hands.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You're pretty much seeing tits on television.
Pretty much.
And then the language was great. You know,
Yeah,
I like
it was.
that.
It was right to the point where it was just enough.
Yep.
You know, it was racy enough, and it was on the line.
You could say things like "kick your ass,"
Yeah,
you
yeah,
son
you
of a bitch, and things like that. It was fun. It was entertaining, you know.
But now it's different. It's all
wow,
changed.
They clamped down.
What else have they told you can't do anymore because of the Janet Jackson thing, or the wrestling in general?
I would say they tell us to stay away from lewd gestures. They tell us obviously you can't even in the ring under your breath curse because if they pick it up reading your lips, that's a major league foul. Obviously, out in the ring, there's nothing that you can even go close to as far as a curse word. You can't say son of a bitch. If you say ass, they'll be on you like a pack of wolves. It's very, very... And our Monday show, Raw, is a little bit different because they start at 9 and go to 11.
Right.
We start at 8 and go to 10. So at that 9 o'clock hour, we can maybe change it. But for that first hour, man, it's like Saturday morning cartoons.
I thought we were going in a direction where Vince would have been like, "You motherfucker!" Now that would have been good.
It was getting
up to that point. It was getting close.
Yeah, we were going to switch to HBO.
That's awful, man. We hate seeing that, obviously. We're loving being on satellite radio where we just let it fly.
Yeah.
Schwoogie, what's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey,
man.
Hey, John. Big fan of your work, man. Breathe some fresh air into its stale product over there.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate
my
it.
question is, there's a lot of talk you may be going over to Raw. Whether that's accurate or not, I don't know. But if you do, are you ready to be held down by the vortex that is Triple H's insecurity?
Dude, you know, this is something that...
This is the guy that cannot stand
with Triple H.
Yes, and this is
you know why? Because it ruins
Speak on it.
product.
Speak on it, man. Speak on it.
Yeah, you got to explain yourself, Schwoogie, because
there are fans listening that don't know.
We're finally picking up on the pattern here, man.
Yeah, speak on it.
Every wrestler we have on, he goes after Triple H.
Triple H, you know, he's a good wrestler, without a doubt. I mean, his skills have eroded over the last couple of years. But he's still a very good wrestler. However, if you notice, you follow a pattern, it's believed that he wants to beat Flair's goal of holding the belt 17 times. That's why you have all these short-term champions. He does anything. It appears that he does anything possible to hold down other wrestlers, whether it be, you know, Benoit, who was very over with the fans. You have Batista, who's somewhat over, and that jury's still out on that. But you know, mark my words, he's wrestling the next Raw pay-per-view in a Hell in a Cell match.
But what you were saying last time was that he's always trying to get involved with the champion in some way.
No.
Overshadow.
For Booking 101 says that when it should always be the champion who's centered on a promotion. Since Triple H has lost the belt, everything still revolves around him. Opens the show. This week he did something where he walked off the show. It's always has something to do with him. And it's basically with a stroke that he has within the company. Take a look at it. I mean, going back from Eugene, which granted was a one joke character, which could have been fleshed out. They never did. He got hurt. He put him down. Why is Triple H bothering when he wrestled Ross a couple weeks ago? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
As I listen to this, I mean, you make some good points, but I'm thinking that Vince is a smart enough businessman. If this was something that would hurt business, that he would make sure it wouldn't continue.
It definitely has hurt business.
No, I'm just playing the other side. That's all.
You take a look at some of the house shows. They don't draw. in major markets are in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people. Some of the smaller markets.
I think wrestling went down there for a while because they did lose the edge, especially after the Janet Jackson thing.
They never really lost the edge.
We lost a lot of guys at once. Austin left, Rocky
Right.
left, Foley left. We had to change our company name. We had to XFL.
John, very few people in the Raw brand were ever allowed to step up.
You know, it's one of those things, man, where I've been fortunate enough to find a good home on SmackDown. The only time I've ever been on Raw was for the draft last year. And honestly, man, it's one of those things where you're preaching almost conspiracy theory over there, but I don't know because I ain't seen it.
I don't say conspiracy theory. I just think that, you know, you have someone who is married to the boss's daughter.
Yeah.
That no matter what anyone wants to say, that definitely plays into it.
Yeah.
Even at the worst, a little bit.
Yeah, it's got it because you got the boss's ear at Thanksgiving dinner.
But at that very same time, man.
But John, I know you can't admit it for obvious reasons.
No, dude, this is XM Radio. Ain't no censorship up
No,
there.
not at that. But you know what I'm talking about.
I know you can't admit it. He's just gonna pound you with this.
What's up, man?
And you know that I'm correct.
Dude, have you ever known John Cena to hold his tongue? Absolutely.
But John, I know you're not going to hold. I know you're going to hold your tongue if it means your job.
That's not true, man. That's absolutely not true.
But I mean, come on. Fine. You want to do it? Start spouting about JBL and how he's the enforcer over at SmackDown and some of the outrageous things that he's done. Start spouting off about Holly and how he's roughing up the rookies.
About what? What do you mean?
Oh, who was that? Who was it that he did to the guy who screwed up his rental car?
You ever seen Bob Holly wrestle in any match? He roughs up any person he's in between the ropes with.
John,
Swiggy, you're way into wrestling.
John, no. I mean, it's good. This is
John,
fact.
Who's that guy with the
this
rental
guy's
car?
spitting knowledge.
Homie,
I hate to break it to you, but we rent cars everywhere we go.
No. The guy who didn't return his rental car busted his eye in the ring. The guy ran, literally scared for his life, back to the dress.
What was the scenario?
The guy didn't return his rental car. He got a whole bunch of tickets. He was pretty pissed off.
Okay, so let me play this out for you. There was a dude, and I may have been doing the movie thing, so I don't know if I was there for this, but this guy didn't return his rental car, which is hold on, I'm just gonna lay this out for you, homie. This guy didn't return his rental car, which is an extra charge. He got a bunch of tickets, which means they're going on Hardcore's insurance. And you expect him not to do anything?
Oh, come on, John. You know as well as I do. When you have someone in the ring, you're responsible for that person.
Dude, I know when you got somebody in the ring, if you got business to settle, you settle your business.
Do you really?
Man. Yeah,
I always wondered about that.
That's what I know.
You give a little extra, right?
You give them a little extra. You know what? If they don't give back, they don't give back. It's not that anybody's beating up on anybody, man. It's that.
John, it was a total mugging. If it was done outside, the guy would have been arrested. What about Matt Capitelli?
What you got to realize, man, is that we're in a physical business.
Oh, I understand that, but I also know that you're also the most important thing, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that when you're in there, number one goal is to protect your partner at all times.
When you're in there, the number one goal is to protect the business. And if somebody's playing you foul and you got an issue to settle it, that's where you settle it, and that's real talk right there.
What about the issue with Matt Capitelli?
I thought that was going down, man. All right, Swiggy, we got to give someone else a chance.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Guy will babble for hours.
No, but that's knowledge, man. That'll give some knowledge to the fans.
He's just an idiot.
I think this is Lily. Illy, what's your name in Boston there?
It's Illy.
Illy, what's up?
Man, Swoogie, wrestling is not for real.
I know. WWE. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, dude is like taking it to a whole different level.
Man.
What's this booking 101? Like he's writing the textbook to this.
But, you know, I can't hate on him because we have such a strong fan base, and our fans are so passionate about the product. A lot of times they do get caught up or whatever. And our product is such a soap opera as is that they like to go that extra mile. Like you be going through the grocery store, and on top of the soap operas, you'll pick up Soap Opera Digest, whatever. Like, there's always going to be that atmosphere because of what we do has so much drama involved.
I like the real live soap opera stuff, though.
Yeah,
like the Matt Hardy, Lita.
Oh, man, you had to speak on that. Speak on it.
We had Matt on the phone.
Speak on it.
And he went off about the whole thing. And it's, that's the real life.
Now, this is another thing that I caught because I'm on the wrong show. I got to move to the other show, man. It seems like a lot's happening over there.
It's all happening over there.
Please brief me. What happened?
There is some stuff going on.
What do you say?
Well, apparently Edge moved in on Hardy's chick.
She's hot.
And, she's hot, though.
She is. I ain't going to lie.
And then I think that what Matt was saying was in order to
Matt's my boy, man. Matt's my boy. I've been down with Matt. Like, Matt was one of the ones when I first came in. He took good care of me. Like, he made sure I was doing all right and everything. So I honestly didn't get to hear much.
They were
about
saying in
what was going
order
on.
to keep the peace, they kind of threw his ass out of there, which sounds a
See,
little weird.
that does sound a little weird because Matt, at the end of the day, Matt sold tickets and Matt was an entertaining dude. I know Matt's coming off an injury, and I know there's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't speak on the other side. I know if you talk to Matt, he's obviously going to give you his side, which is how it is. And Matt shoots straight, so I guarantee that was some interesting convo.
He did on this show. What scares me is that John Cena goes, but she's hot, dude. John Cena's the type of guy, if he wants your girlfriend, there's nothing you can do about it.
No.
You just have to sit there and go,
Come
man.
on.
What am I
hot. She's
what
in
am
the
I gonna
public
do?
eye.
Try to
and
stand up for myself?
I know Matt's listening. Matt, I ain't hating on you, man. She's hot. You know what I'm saying? That's period, point blank. And at the end of the day, it takes two to tango.
They'll just hit you with a belt and you'll
I'll get waffled with a chair.
Can you imagine everything's going well with your chick and John Cena decides he needs to bang her? There's nothing you could do.
You have to hold her purse while he fucks her.
Right. And hope he doesn't punch you in the face after he's done. Oh, God. Let's go to Bruno from Utah, see what Bruno has today. Bruno!
Yeah.
What's up, man?
How's it going, O&A?
Hey.
You guys rock, man. Hey, John.
Bruno, talk to me.
What's happening?
I don't know. You got the weird tone in your voice. What's wrong?
Not much. Just working. I just wanted to let you know I think you're so fucking hot. I just want to go crazy with you, man. Punch it out, guys.
It's 2005. I ain't judging nobody, dude. You do what it is that you do. My back door ain't open until the career goes to the shambles, man. That's what I'm doing.
You ain't judging. Let's turn the mics off and see what you think of that call. Tony in New York, what's up?
Hey, boys. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, John. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Listening to you, I just want to let you know that you are my favorite colored wrestler out of all of them.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Whoa, we got the homosexual issue out of the way. We're getting the racial issue out of the way. Can we get another call here? Is there a feminist that want to call up? Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yes. Yes.
I think he hung up.
I think he hung up.
All right, one more. Steve in Detroit. What's up, Steve?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Real good.
Hey, I just want to tell you guys first off, you guys are fucked up, and I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Champ, I got a question for you, and then I got something I got to tell you.
Okay.
When are you guys coming into the Detroit area? Because I got to see you whoop some ass in person.
Dude, we were just over in Motor City not too long ago, but it was for a live event. I guarantee, man, every time we come up to Joe Louis, it's packed, and Detroit treats us well, so I know it won't be long before we back there.
Oh, man, I can't wait until I see this shit live, man. But I got to tell you, man, I can't wait to see you whip JBL's punk ass.
Nah, it's going to be hot, and that's how we put it down, man. I'm going to whip that monkey's ass.
Quit, all right?
Yeah, I will.
All right, man, take it easy.
Later.
He's not going to quit.
No, of course not.
I want to know what the loophole
just
is.
for that one day.
See, he's even admitting it.
He will quit for that moment.
We're talking about Judgment Day, Sunday, May 22nd. That's
May
when the race,
2.
That's when the race goes down.
Yep.
The race, the fight, whatever.
Pay-per-view.
What am I talking about?
Well, it's always...
Like you guys are going to go running around a track instead of wrestling.
We could have a sprinting contest.
That's a week from Sunday, I guess, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And the new CD?
New CD, You Can't See Me, is in stores as of yesterday. Believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, it's doing very well, which I am stoked about. Everything's going great. And I thank you guys for having us on the show for the re-education process. I'm glad you guys are getting back into it.
We're getting there.
So I mean, we got a lot of big stuff happening.
You need a tit to flop out. Something needs to happen on one of those live events.
But on our show, they'll cut it.
Yeah.
We tape on Tuesdays. Nothing gets through.
We used
Nothing
to love
gets
that
through,
the old day.
man.
You guys were under the radar. A boob would slip out there once in a while,
Yeah, Monday's the only chance that's got to happen.
Oh, what kind of watch is that?
Oh, this is my boy Benny, right over here in Jamaica, Queens, man. That's how he does it. I had to do
Diamonds
something
on
to match
thing.
the belt, man.
Wow.
It does match the belt.
That's what we do.
That's very cool. Really fast, what did you think of the China video? You get to see it?
One Night in China?
Yeah. Come on, you guys had to be watching this thing in the locker room.
Hey, listen, man, I saw it, and I'll be straight with you. It was one of those things where you see something so, for lack of a better term, powerful, and you need to turn away, but you can't. And you got to keep watching. And I saw it all.
Yeah.
And it was weird. I burnt my clothes and cried in the shower afterwards.
That was,
Jimmy likes that,
odd,
though.
man.
Jimmy likes the big clit.
Big clit fan.
Oh, God.
He's a huge
Yeah.
clit fan.
I'll see if I can get you my copy, homie.
Hers is a little big even for my taste. Though.
Yeah.
4 fingers in her and thumb wrestled.
Oh, God.
Awful.
Line of the day.
Yes, indeed. And on that note.
All right. So the CD's called You Can't See Me.
CD's called You Can't See Me. It's all over the place.
What's the name of the band?
Dude, the name of the band is no name of the I'm John Cena. That's
Okay.
trademark. We got Freddie Fox.
Right on.
Obviously,
Oh,
we're
man.
using my real name because that's how people know me from wrestling. But go check it out. It's a very good listen.
Well, we're going to play Bad Bad Man here.
Oh,
for
give
you.
us a spin, please. That's great.
We're
Thank
gonna
you.
play the whole damn song, and we want to thank John Cena for stopping by.
Guys,
okay?
thanks a bunch. I appreciate it.
All right, John Cena, everyone.
Oh, my God. Oh, you done did it now. Chaos, you should have put this one in the vault, man. They not ready. They don't know what's coming, man. Oh, we gonna drop this on them right here. Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for none of this. Your boy's a bad man. When we invading the streets, make them clap a rapper skirt. They be dropping the heat. Shock the world, now I'm standing alone. I flip fools like them clamshell cellular phones. You can't help but nod your head to the track. Fuck the watered down rap. We be taking it back. Give it to me straight. Ain't no chasing it. Check yourself in the mirror. Ain't no facing it. Cause you playing the role and you planning to fold. It's the master plan. We got the planet on hold. We all over the streets like your favorite sneaker. Breaking up your sound like a drive-through speaker. Everything that I be spitting is strong. After I rock, fast forward through the rest of the song. We the monkey wrench that's gonna ruin your plan. And don't fuck with John Cena. I'm a bad man.
With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in a fight with my hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in the fight with the hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
We devils, rocking ambient levels. We set loose among hot tunes to instrumentals. And cats got one-liners, I drop several. Man, I think it's funny you choose. Losing progress or running in place. We making moves, and y'all settle. I'm rip rappers and take responsibility for making future Hall of Famers look third rate. Y'all are lost for words like conversation on your worst first date and ride beats. Creep through side streets, loose leaf notepads. That's where rhymes leak. Punchlines, man, don't even beg. I got knee slapping tracks, y'all bruising your leg. You a rhyme writer, buddy, man, that's a joke. You ain't worthy of being my secretary, man, that's a quote. I flood tracks like cracks and bolts, and pussy rappers choked up with their own lines and they throat.
With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in a fight with my hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in the fight with the hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. Turn up the microphone and feed me. I'm a beast. MCs and they beats is what I eat. 16, I leave you in the street. My rhymes are sicker than gangrene in both feet. It's spreading up the leg and headed for the head. Your rhymes are whack. Your style is proof that the brain corrosion is fucking with your chosen flows. I'm nice with mics. My hands will break your nose like Mikey Tyson. Fighting in his prime. One rhyme and I shake up the room one time. Boom to the jaw. Your face is a coke pipe raw. The blood and snot they mix. Jelly on the floor. My love is copping bricks. Belly on the floor. I rob you. You soft and you really ain't a problem. I solve you. 357 long nose revolve you. Acid in your face. Bad look dissolve you. I'm a bad, bad man. Yeah. Check it out. It's Bumpy Knuckles, baby. And I want you to say hello to the bad, bad man. Come on. With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in a fight with my hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in the fight with the hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Hey, what's that?
Well, you've never seen it before?
Looks like a rock.
New from Sedentary Toys and the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, it's so shiny.
It's got corners.
It's the cool new toy that has everyone jumping for joy.
O&A Party Rock!
It's not just any rock.
It's the O&A Party Rock. The O&A Party Rock is incredibly versatile.
You can chuck it, you can fuck it, you can drop it in a bucket.
You can race it, you can chase it, you can yell right in its face. It's the bestest friend you'll ever have.
O&A Party Rock!
Why is it wearing a party hat?
Every Party Rock comes dressed in a colorful party hat and party blower, making it the centerpiece of any party.
Now with shiny red dancing shoes.
Not only that, the O&A Party Rock is
It's a fucking rock, you dildo.
Little taste of COC, I noticed. Corrosion of Conformity. We got Pepper from COC coming in to say hi tomorrow. Stephen
yeah?
Lynch coming in tomorrow. Stephen Lynch tomorrow.
Nice.
He hasn't been around in a while. That will be a lot of fun.
He has requested alcohol.
Yeah, he wants to know if he could drink at 8:30 in the morning. Of course he can.
Of course.
He's Stephen Lynch.
Who can't?
All right, we could go in a couple directions here, Anthony. We got more Psycho Ex-Girlfriend calls. People are requesting those. Or we could just rest that until tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
All right, we have an old lady talking about giving a blowjob.
Ooh.
And we have Nancy Reagan on Good Morning America.
What was Nancy talking about? She was in Washington during that whole little scare they had with the aerial plane.
Yeah, well,
they had to evacuate her to the bunker with Mrs. Bush.
She's talking about, the death of Ronnie and all that.
How long ago was that?
8 months, I think.
A while ago.
I think 8 months, maybe 9 months. I'm not sure.
It's like her first public appearance.
Yeah, pretty much.
Morning.
Yeah, pretty much. She's making the talk show circuit to talk about it now.
Yeah, great. What's she gonna say?
Has she been on Larry King yet?
Oh, we're here with Nancy Reagan. Here she is, the first time getting together with anyone after 8 months of her husband being dead. Nancy Reagan.
Exclusively on CNN.
Ah.
Well, let's. The old lady talking about the blowjob. What is that?
Yeah. What is that one?
Is that sexpert?
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
Have you seen this lady? She's
God,
like
I
a
hate
grandma.
sexperts.
She's got a little angle though. She's a sexpert.
What's her angle?
She's a grandma with glasses, and she does like a.
Did Dr. Ruth do that?
Well, I saw Dr. Ruth the other day walking the
Oh, you
streets
did?
in my neighborhood. Yeah, man, is she she's short.
Yeah, she's a little thing.
I can't imagine anyone having sex with her actually, but she seems
She's
to be the expert, right?
But, apparently, she doesn't have sex.
No, there's a new one. I don't know her name. She does this show. She's a grandma. She's like a hip grandma, and she talks
Yeah.
about sex.
No such thing.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
What, buddy?
The hip
I
grandma
thought you,
sex therapist, surrogate, sex expert.
I
does-
know who she is, but I don't know her name.
She has like kind of curly gray hair, glasses. She's a grandma.
Ugh.
She's hip.
Why do you want to listen
What
to
is she on
her?
Lifetime or something?
I think she might be on Lifetime.
Lifetime.
One of those
And
channels.
she has frank discussions about sex, Anthony.
But Lifetime doesn't allow that, do they?
I don't know what.
Pretty graphic.
Somebody help me out there. I mean, we have a
Help me.
We have a ton of listeners. Somebody out there knows the name of that.
Yeah, I know who you mean. I don't know her name.
We got a clip from her show talking
Yeah.
about a blowjob. Listen to this.
Oh, honey, don't take the whole penis in your mouth. This is not what you do. You don't take this whole penis in your mouth. You're going to gag for sure.
And what is wrong with that?
Oh,
This old bag doesn't know what she's talking about already.
she can't take it.
You don't
Okay.
spit on it and make it wet and fun. Just look at it and lick it.
What's wrong with a little...
Nothing.
Never. Look, the sensitive part of the penis is right there, and right around there, and right around the tip here.
Oh, stop
This-
it. This
you
old bag
dummy.
of meat doesn't know what she's talking
A
about.
blowjob isn't a blowjob if I'm not picking ham out of my pubes.
Her name is Sue Johnson. Thank you, Dave from Wisconsin.
Her name
That
should-
is awful.
That the head is sensitive, but if someone just sucks my head, it's like I back
Yeah,
up.
you
Cut
know
it out.
what? You know something? I'll let you in on a little something here, ladies. It's not just about the head. It's not just the tip. The best part is if they're just paying attention to the tip. Is then all of a sudden the whole thing just being
All of a sudden, wow.
Yeah, it's like through sound. I have given you an image.
Kind of like a trombone going for that long note all of a sudden.
Yeah, you could be up top. You know, you need the high notes. You need some coverage.
That's hilarious.
Get some coverage. This
And ladies-
woman she don't know what she's talking
No,
about.
she certainly doesn't.
What a surprise. An old bag doesn't know how to give head.
And you got to use the hand. The hand has to be there, and I like it wet. I like
Hand
it
sloppy.
Gotta be wet.
Now I'm
Sure.
now I'm hearing it's Sue Johansson, not Johnson. Let's go to Chris
Johnson
real
would
fast.
be fun.
Chris,
Yeah.
it's Johansson.
Yeah, Sue Johansson.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And when you're having sex, since the head is only the sensitive part, just let him stick it that far in. And just have him pump away like that. Because men don't get any pleasure out of sinking it deep.
As soon as you get that tasty treat, stop. Stop.
Well, that's kind of true.
Unless you know how to back off a lot.
Sue Johansson, yes.
Johansson,
It's
okay.
on the Oxygen Network. Ugh.
All right, let's go back to the tape here.
This has some sensitivity, yeah, but not all that much. So you're going to perform oral sex on him, then you can lick and kiss and suck and do whatever you like, and do that up the shaft of the penis and along the side and around to his testicles. Hey, no problem. And then you take just the head of his penis in your mouth. That's all. And you drool great quantities of saliva down the shaft of his penis.
Good call.
And then you grip the penis very gently with your hand, and you coordinate hand-mouth movements. So it's like that.
He just keeps saying he wants deep throat, you know.
Well, if he wants deep throat, then let him use the dildo. That's too simple.
That's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, there we
I'll
go.
have to tell him that one. Thank you,
Absolutely. You're welcome,
Have
Judith.
a good night.
I will. You too.
Horrible advice. Horrible advice from this lady, and this guy is going to go search out his deep throat BJ.
Although the drool part was actually very, very
sexy.
I'll say.
Oh, and pop your teeth out. Just pop them right out of your head. I'm looking at a picture of her. She isn't even a remotely, sexy grandma. She
None of them
is just an old bag.
Oh, I bet you she was a real hoot back in 1935.
35?
45, maybe?
The 20s.
Wow, she's got hair like a guy, though.
Oh, they all do.
Like the receding curly hair
She
thing.
does. She's got what amounts to a gray Richard Simmons do. It is exactly like Richard Simmons' hair on her head. All gray. She got the granny glasses. And she's an old lady.
Yeah.
Talking very graphically about blowjob.
Let's go to back to Wisconsin. There's 3 places just fighting it out on the show today. Oklahoma, actually 4. Oklahoma, Utah, Wisconsin, and Minnesota.
Yeah.
Pete, what's up?
Hey, man, what's up? Hey, just want to tell you, reformed Howard Stern listener, totally into your show. It's great.
Know why? Because we're still having fun over here.
Yeah, even though Howard just discovered everything, and I love when Anthony does the whole.
Discovered America. I was I was on the ships that came over, Robin. It was me.
This lady, I caught this show, and I've been laying in bed with my wife, and it's a freaking train wreck. You cannot turn away. It's numbing to watch your grandmother talking about anal penetration. And it's just hardcore. And the other thing she's got that's really funny is she'll pull out dolls and do sex positions.
With
dolls? With dolls, little, I got kids that have these little G.I. Joe dolls. She's got a man and a woman, anatomically correct, and she'll put them in positions.
Wow, I got to see this, I guess.
Yeah, we should be taping this show all the time now, Eric. This will be a new feature on the show. We got to get more clips of this lady.
And the other thing she does is she pulls out a bag. Every day she has a bag of tricks, or I've seen 2 of them. But anyway, she pulls out a bag of tricks and she reviews the toys. She'll say, this is kind of hard. This one feels really good. She's using them.
She's using them? Or is
I get the
somebody
impression.
else using them and she's kind of giving a review? Because I don't get any of these old lady sex experts like her or Dr. Ruth or any of the other ones that say that they're still having sex, and I don't buy it.
It's all a Canadian. She must be out of Canada because all the people that call in are all from, Canada. So I don't know. Anyway, punching out. See ya.
Yeah, she's definitely from Canada. Thanks for that call. Let's go to Don. Don, what's up?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
I was just saying, man, I don't know of any guys out there. I know I certainly don't. When I'm fucking jacking it, man, I play with more than just the head.
Oh, you don't have to, according to this woman.
Yeah, it's like how many guys jacking it just sit there and twist the top. Yeah, that feels good.
I cannot think of any person that could know less about the penis than an old lady.
I agree.
She is the last person you would ask about a penis and what people that own them enjoy having done to them.
Yeah, ladies, you got to play like a trombone, man.
That's it.
And she said you kiss the shaft. I mean, that's cool, you lick it, but she forgot the taint. What's better than having the taint licked and having maybe a finger put in there while a girl yells, "You like that, faggot." I mean, something along those lines.
I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, who doesn't know that?
By the way, I want to take this moment to acknowledge Anthony's brilliant line once again.
Oh, God, that was funny.
The China line about sticking 4 fingers in and thumb wrestling. I bow to you today, Anthony.
Conjured up an image.
I bow to you.
Thank you, sir.
You had the whole place on the floor. You know, people don't realize in Radioland there was like 10, 15 people in here, and everyone just went for that falling to the floor laugh type of thing.
Do that.
Shane, let's see, from Jersey. Shane, what's up?
I want to know who's listening to this old fucking dinosaur, man.
Yeah, I think it would be entertaining. Entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
You know, to see an old lady, but not to take her advice.
Especially if she had to demonstrate her techniques at gunpoint on a large gentleman.
All right. We're going to have a lot more clips from her tomorrow,
Baby
right, Eric?
powder coming out of her panties and stuff. Ugh.
Diapers, old June Allison Hummer.
Cloud of dust comes out of there.
Orthopedic white shoes, so her fucking foot bones don't hurt.
Translucent tits with the veins. Yuck.
An old lady's stomach.
Oof. What is the one? It says watch Talk Sex video, and the title is Dogs, Love, and Lock.
What?
Oh.
Do we get sound on that?
Can we get sound? Can we? No, we can't,
Of course
right?
not. That would be much too convenient.
That would be too easy. Could someone maybe get a couple more of these clips before we... Oh? What do I do?
Put the mic near it.
Oh, my God. All right, wait.
Where's the speaker?
Where's the sound coming out of?
The internal speaker under the console.
Forget it. Maybe someone could just get that for the show.
If anyone notices, she has hair like Lee Abrams.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with somebody. That's perfect. Damn it, that's the one. I was saying, she has like a man's due.
Yeah. A lot of women, when they get older, decide to go that route. We've talked about that. They just give up any femininity whatsoever and decide it's more convenient. It's easier for them to wash their hair if they cut it all off and make it like a man's style. See these women that just cut the sides are so short and everything. It's a guy haircut. Grow your hair.
I like it pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice mullet on a girl.
Although there is the opposite, the mullet. There is the opposite scary thing, like when you're driving down the street and you see a big head of hair, maybe in pigtails even, and you go for the look and realize she's like 70 years old. You ever have that happen?
Yeah.
You're looking at it, and maybe she's slender and stuff, and with boots on, and you're driving past, and you see like pigtails, and you go, "Ooh, let me take a." Oh my God!
Or the opposite. You see like a little gray, and you're like, an older woman. I wouldn't mind fucking her because her body is nice. Then you see her fed, and she's a Pejoria kid. It might have been funny if I said that you see her face instead of you see her fed.
Her fed. I like looking you right in the fed and saying, "Hey,
Fed."
hey there, fed."
Frank, you're a running fed. Hey, Fed. I was going to say face and head, so I just put them together.
Yeah, fed.
All right, we got some Nancy Reagan clips.
Yes.
We'll do the old grandma sex lady tomorrow, I guess.
I want to be deep-throated, Mommy. Don't just lick the head, Nancy. I don't care what that old bag says. You've got to play it like a trombone. Suck on little Ronnie, right to the tonsils. When you get head from Nancy, you know you're getting big head. You ever see her? It's huge.
Nancy Reagan on Good Morning America yesterday describing the moment of Ronnie's death.
Ooh.
If a death can be...
You know, maybe we should use the Hulk music. And then, Derek, maybe you should get the Benny Hill music. I want to try something here.
Oh, yeah, a little contrast. This usually shows the importance of music behind anything.
Yeah, TV does this all the time to play with your heartstrings, to get your eyeballs tearing.
Let's hear Nancy talking about Ronald Reagan's final moments with some touching, sad music.
If a death can be peaceful and lovely, that one was. He hadn't opened his eyes in a long time. One eye occasionally, and it wasn't the bright blue that his eyes always were. And when it came down to what we knew was the end. And I was on one side of the bed with Ron, and Patty was on the other side. And Ronnie, all of a sudden, turned his head and looked at me and opened his eyes and just looked. And then he closed them. What a gift he gave me at that point. What a wonderful gift.
That's a gift?
He died in the bed. Lovely present. Jesus.
A gift.
Hard to find that in a catalog. What would you want for Christmas? The last stare of a 55-year partner? We'll have to back order that.
Holy shit.
Jesus, I thought I was weird.
Yes. Occasionally I'd, open one eye and go, egg, 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 egg. I'm Popeye. Yes, Nansky.
All right, let's
Where's Bluto? Egg, 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 egg.
Let's listen to that same thing, Anthony, with some different music, okay?
All right. I bet it has a little different feel to it.
If you will, Derek.
If the death can be peaceful and lovely, that one was. He hadn't opened his eyes in a long time. One eye occasionally. And it wasn't the bright blue that his eyes always were. And when it came down to what we knew was the end. And I was on one side of the bed with Ron, and Patty was on the other side. And Ronnie, all of a sudden, turned his head and looked at me and opened his eyes and just looked. And then he closed them. What a gift he gave me at that point. What a wonderful gift.
Well, no shit.
By the way, I don't know if you guys read the email from Eric Logan, but it was really a brilliant point. He said that when Nancy talks about Ron's death, she's not happy.
Well, he is very insightful.
That guy's on point.
Let's see. Let's go to this clip here really fast. Nancy talking about how she still talks to Ron Reagan.
Oh.
Some people say that they actually find themselves still talking to someone they've lost. Do you?
Sometimes. He's very much with me. Everything still is all about him. I mean, the library is all about him. Everything is about him.
It's all about me, asshole. She still leave me alone already. I'm back to fucking Jane Wyman. Had it. Walks around the house babbling my name. I've moved on. You too.
What she didn't realize is that last time he opened his eyes, he was like, fuck, still here.
I was gonna get up, but fuck it.
That big misshapen Pez head just looking at you. Right, can I help you? What? Enough already, you morbid bitch. Go to the store.
Death Watch. Yeah.
Everybody's lurking around the bed.
Oh, just lurking.
Staring.
Speaking all quietly, I'm sure. Hold the mirror under his nose. See if he's gone. Why must you die? I don't know. Why must you die? Rocky.
Let's go to Cleveland. Ted, what's up?
Ted, no, it's Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Nick, Ted, what's up?
How's it going, fellas?
Hey.
You know what sounds great right now? I was just thinking of that clip. The only thing I could think of was, we don't have to freeze his whole body, freeze his head.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that for you. I can't find it today for some reason.
You know, the woman who's the manager at the Punchline in Atlanta, was Ted Williams' personal assistant for many years. She might be interesting to talk to. She's really nice, but she knew him for many years.
Does she hate the son?
I don't remember. She'll talk about it though. I mean, she's got photos with him. I mean, she
Wow.
was his guy, his person.
Probably be an interesting lady
Yeah,
to speak
I don't
to.
know why I didn't think of that until 6 months after the show came in.
He said, well, you know, we don't have to freeze his whole body. We can freeze his head.
All right, one more clip from Nancy Reagan.
Looking back over these 11 months, what did you learn about yourself?
Well, I learned a lot from Ronnie while he was sick. A lot. I learned
2 and 2 is coffee
patience.
cake.
I learned how to accept something that was given to you and how to die.
What did you learn? Write things down. His last days like Memento, jotting dumb shit down on his arms,
tattooing stuff on his body.
What the hell is this? Oh. I turned my head, opened both eyes, and looked at her. 'Cause the Dalai Lama had said to me, Gunga Lugunga. And on my deathbed I received total consciousness, which was nice.
Anthony, Gamefly.com.
Yes.
I like this concept, actually. If you're into playing video games, basically what you do, you go on their website, Gamefly.com, and you pick out a couple games that you want to try out, then they mail them right to you, right? You try out the games. If you like it, you could even keep the games, right?
Sure.
If you don't, you send it back.
Well.
What?
You can send them back if you remember. I have games all over the place. Nancy's still sending them back.
Go to Gamefly.com/XM to get signed up. It only costs $21.95 a month, but you can start with a free 2-week trial, no commitments. You can cancel anytime. Start playing the latest releases or games you've always wanted to play. And now they're even more of a reason to try out Gamefly. For the month of May only, anyone who signs up for any of their prepaid video game rental plans are entered into the Gamefly.com PSP a day giveaway. That's right. Sign up any day in May, and you may win the cool new Sony PSP handheld device. They got games for everything.
Xbox, PlayStation 2, GameCube, all of them.
Pretty much all of them, right?
Yeah.
All the games you want, just go to Gamefly.com. That's Gamefly.com/XM and plug in XM in the promo code box for your special offer. It's Gamefly.com. Anthony, we're running out of show here. I got one more clip from the Grandma Sexpert.
Ooh.
The one about the dog.
The dog?
This will be a tease. I think we're going to have a lot of audio tomorrow from her that we'll be able to goof on.
Right.
Is there peanut butter in this clip?
Well, let's listen.
Mating, and what they don't realize, of course, is that male and female dogs are very different than male and female human beings. And a female dog has a muscle, a very tight ring of muscle around the opening of her vagina. And that prevents the male dog from withdrawing his penis from her vagina until he has ejaculated. Okay? So literally, his penis is trapped in there.
Okay.
And that is their body's way of making sure that the female dog gets pregnant. Humans don't have that tight band of muscle. Our vagina is basically just an opening. And so, therefore, we cannot trap the penis in there. I mean, some guys have the idea that a penis has teeth and can bite a guy, too.
A vagina, dummy.
And I'm sure there's a lot of females who would like to be able to do that, but it's anatomically impossible. No problem at all. Can you just see the two of you going to the hospital stuck together? Going into the emergency ward. And what seems to be the problem, madam? No, I don't think so, Janice. It's not going to happen.
What she doesn't realize is that humans don't have that little ring in their pussy. They have something better, lawyers. That's what keeps the guy trapped inside.
It's trapped.
The vagina has teeth. Shut up, lady.
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun with her tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll get a bunch of those
Shiny.
clips.
You know what I got out of that clip, though? That was very helpful. I really want to fuck a dog. That sounds hot.
Isn't that tight?
Yeah. Little rascal grabs you.
Pinchy, what did you learn on the show today?
Hey, guys, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, hi, Kitten.
Hi.
Hey, I learned two things today. I learned Rich Voss can't pronounce brought up, spirituality, or Versace. And I learned from Opie that another name for Japanese people is those fine folks.
I like their sushi. What the hell? Let's go to Ben's raw ass. Ben?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I just learned that giving a blowjob is kind of like playing a trombone. Isn't that right, Professor Anthony? Punch it
The
out.
whole shaft.
Let's say...
You just gotta lick the head.
Yeah, I know. Jesus.
Jed! Make sure you just lick the head.
Ugh, just lick a Q-tip and put it in the hole and spin it quickly until he comes on his own shoes.
That's awful.
Nathan.
Yeah, Norton, today I learned that you never want to look a Pajuri kid in the Fed. I'm going to go listen to myself.
I'm going to go listen to myself.
All right, let's go to Rob on Long Island.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Hi, Angel Face.
Well, I just learned what Norton just said, and I also learned that staring at Ben's hog is like staring at Stonehenge. It's just a marvelous thing.
You're just
Watch it out, guys.
marveling at its might.
When God gives you a gift like that, you shouldn't hide it behind your nervous hands.
With shame.
You should put your hands out. Let the whole world enjoy that delicious fat gift.
Jesus. One of my favorite names on Whackbag is on the phone. Bingo Pants. Bingo Pants. What's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
All right.
I learned that if Anthony's getting a good blowjob, it sounds like a carnival.
That's not bad.
Carnival.
Waka waka.
All right.
Big band. Waka waka.
Golden Buns from Whackbag.com. He learned that Canadians stink at giving head. I love... Okay. Doughboy, what's up?
What's going on, guys? I learned from Anthony that there was an aerial plane problem yesterday in Washington, D.C.
Aeroplane.
Way to get away with that one there, douche.
I said aeroplane. I was just joking.
Yeah.
I didn't say aerial plane.
Have a nice day, folks.
Fuck you.
Anthony barely mispronounces on this show. Rodney from Connecticut, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
I learned 2 + 2 equals coffee.
Coffee cake,
Coffee
stupid.
cake. No,
that's all I heard.
That's all I heard, too. Because you started your out-of-control laughing when you heard coffee. I will listen for coffee cake during the replay today.
Coffee cake's funnier than just coffee.
I just heard coffee. It's not my fault.
All right, thank you, Rodney.
Knock out of your ears.
I was with him, actually. Let's go to Snapman. Snapman says he learned you could get clothes at a mall, and he learned never to use Opie as a witness. That was a pretty good story today, right? Let's say hi to Matt in Connecticut. Matt, what did you learn on the program today?
Hey, don't beat.
Hey, guys. I learned that Jimmy Norton got the text message because she filled his voicemail up full of calls. Punch him out.
Oh. Nice. Phil in Oklahoma.
Hey, I learned that when Ronald Reagan opened his eyes and stared at Nancy, he thought, I was married to that, and it killed him.
You know what you should do? You should make that phone call in front of the federal building next time. That stunk.
We're staggering to the finish line today. Rick in Boston, what did you learn on the show? All right.
Frank?
Rick?
Jello.
Hello. Tyson?
Yeah, hey, I learned that if you're going to fight China, you better declare thumb war first.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That was my favorite line of the day. Joe Jersey or Jersey Joe, what's up?
It's Sean to Jersey.
Oh, God, who's deaf over there today?
Jesus Christ, you've got everyone wrong.
What?
Chester's not able to pull out till he ejaculates.
Yeah, I bet Chester would pull out if he got kicked in the liver.
This concludes our podcast day. Champion Anthony Show.